Yo legends, welcome back to the channel. Grab your headphones and lock in because today's story is on another level. Want the next chapter? Drop a comment below, and if the legend continues, I'm bringing it straight to you. Disclaimer, I do not claim ownership of this story. All rights belong to the original creators. Note, I'm constantly tweaking the settings to make it as immersive as possible. Dragon Ball, if I don't read, Jiren will cry. https://www.fandom.com/d/file/cover/cube/lk0 and b2111 jpg. Chapter 1, Awkward Soul Transmigration. Where is this? Gulp. The baby in Kiki's belly had a confused look on her face like an adult. The embryo in my belly seems to have just woken up. Recall the memory carefully. As he explored the memories in his mind, he gradually remembered his past life memories. In my previous life, I was a gold medal salesperson, but the 3-year epidemic left me penniless. As a qualified post-90s generation, of course you must not make yourself suffer, no matter how hard the life is. On the day the epidemic was lifted, I immediately booked a flight to the legendary Tianju Mountain, Kunlun Mountain. Because he had no savings, he had no choice but to accept Ma's kindness and become the Huabei god of war. Kunlun Mountain, a mythical holy land, is full of unknowns and mysteries. As for why I wanted to go to Kunlun Mountain, it was of course a change in my mentality. After experiencing the epidemic, I have seen too many separations of life and death in this era of information network explosion. What's the use of having a lot of money or a little amount? He decided to live a good life for himself. He loved reading mythological stories since he was a child, and he was full of curiosity and desire to explore Kunlun Mountain, the birthplace of mythology. Put aside the responsibilities, carry the burdens, and resolutely embark on the journey to Kunlun Mountains. Imagination is beautiful, but the result is cruel. He had walked less than 1/3 of the way up from the foot of Kunlun Mountain when he came across a mysterious cave that emitted a faint dark yellow light. Driven by curiosity, he stepped into the cave. After a dazzling flash of light, he came to this innate land. Gurgling. This is so F***G awesome. If nothing unexpected happens, I have traveled through time. Although no sound could come out of his belly, his excited eyes and his unformed hands and feet dancing around proved his excitement. I don't have to pay back Ma's Huabei anymore. My debts are wiped out when I die. I've traveled through time. It's no different from being dead. Is this a normal person's idea? As Kaikai's body shook involuntarily, Son Gohan's thoughts returned to reality, because it made him feel a little dizzy. Goku-san, Yoshi, and I feel a power that is even stronger than in my previous life. Could it be? Although Son Gohan couldn't see outside, he guessed that he had traveled to that world through the sounds he heard. Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball. In the Dragon Ball world where you can crush stars with your hands and travel through the starry sky. That's right. My soul has traveled through time and space to Son Gohan's body. But the timing of this awakening is more or less a bit awkward. The balls are all sacks. Son Gohan's whole body was resisting. But his resistance was useless. What, you ask about Son Gohan's soul? Of course it's gone. After all, how can a blank piece of paper resist the huge ink? What can a conscious embryo do when faced with this yin-yang truth? He can only watch in embarrassment. Son Gohan watched awkwardly, wondering why Kai, an Earthling, could compete with the perverted Saiyan Son Goku. Although the Earthlings are not as physically strong as the Saiyans, Kai is able to fully demonstrate the method of using softness to overcome hardness. Let him be strong, the breeze will blow on the hills. I don't know which time and space in the Dragon Ball world I have traveled to, but now that I'm here, I am in the main world. Son Gohan, go with peace of mind. I will definitely use this body with powerful talents to the limit. Frieza, Cell, Majin Buu, Beerus, Angels, High Priests, Omniking, Salama. I want to see everything in this world with my own eyes. Son Gohan secretly made up his mind. Cosmic consciousness from now on. Son Gohan is for me and I am for Son Gohan. Boom. Born with thunder, the last trace of incompatibility between the previous life's soul and Son Gohan's body completely dissipated. In the previous life, the Earth lost a graceful, handsome, and beautiful young man. The Dragon Ball world has a new black-bellied hybrid with a soul as dark as ink. As time goes by, wow, it's born, a big fat boy. The midwife ran out of the house happily. Son Gohan looked at the midwife, who ran away with an angry look in his eyes. Because he was just born, he couldn't speak yet, and as an adult soul, it was impossible for him to cry. This caused the midwife to think he was mute. So he raised his hand and slapped Son Gohan's butt again and again. As a last resort, Son Gohan could only give up resistance and scream out loud. "Damn old woman, just wait for me." Son Gohan's eyes were full of malice. "Haha, good, that's great. I, the Bull Demon King, have a grandson." The Bull Demon King's huge body jumped 3 feet high. "Kiki, how are you?" Although son Wukong was innocent, Kiki's tragic howling still made his heart palpitate. "Wukong, I'm fine. Bring the child here, let me see him." Kiki struggled to get up, half of her body leaning against the head of the bed. Although she is not as strong as son Wukong, as a martial artist, she is much stronger than a normal person on Earth. "Wait a minute, I'll go pick up Gohan." Son Wukong turned around, picked up Gohan from the small bed beside him, and put him next to Kai. Before son Gohan was born, son Wukong had already given him a name. In order to commemorate his deceased grandfather, he named him Gohan. "Hey, why did Gohan have such long hair when he was born? A tail? He actually has a tail." Kai looked at Gohan in surprise and said, "I have a tail too, but wasn't it cut off by Wulong and the others? It must be my fault." Wukong scratched the back of his head and explained. "It should be fine, but why does he look a little unhappy to me?" Kiki asked curiously. "Why, of course I'm not happy. Why are you insulting me?" Son Gohan protested, struggling with his hands and feet. "Dad, I want to go hunting with you." Son Gohan moved quietly to Son Goku's side. "No, you can't go. Your future is to be a great scholar. You can't be like your father, a martial artist who can't make money." Kai walked behind Gohan angrily, grabbed Gohan by the back of the neck and walked into the house. Walking in 1 month, calling mom and dad in half a year. In fact, he could have spoken after the first month, but he didn't speak for fear of scaring Kiki. "It took me half a year to finally speak." Just like this, Kai was amazed and immediately made up her mind to make Gohan a scholar. After all, there is a big difference between babbling and speaking fluently. With such talent, it would be a pity not to learn. Son Gohan regretted it. Chapter 2, Powerful Talent, Training begins. "Mom, you can't teach me anymore. Let me go practice with Dad." Son Gohan took the finished test paper and put it in Kai's hand with a disdainful expression. "Gohan, what's your attitude? Don't think you can be proud just because you learned the terrifying multiplication table." Kai was furious. "Is it scary? Why don't I feel that way?" Son Gohan was helpless. "Okay, I'll get you admissions procedures done tomorrow, and you go to school." Kiki slammed the table. "Mom, have you ever seen a child under 1 year old go to school?" Son Gohan was speechless and asked again. "Are you going to let me go to kindergarten or elementary school?" Kiki is speechless. "Mom, please let me go and practice with Dad. I promise you, after I turn 3, I will go to elementary school. And I promise that I will not fall behind in my grades while practicing with Dad." Son Gohan begged. "Then you have to promise me that you won't hurt yourself all over." Kiki had no choice but to set a condition. "Got it, don't worry, Mom. I'm leaving first. I'm going to help Dad chop wood." Son Gohan's feet instantly drew a bolt of lightning. Before he finished speaking, the person disappeared. "You little brat, you're just like Goku. You go crazy when he talks about training. I don't know why they are so abnormal. With Gohan, the food I cook in 1 day is equivalent to the food for other people's families for a month." Kai walked slowly towards the kitchen. Since she married son Wukong, she has been repeating the same thing every day. "Cook, wash dishes, clean." "My year lasted only 1 day," repeated 364 times. Kiki entertains herself and sings while doing it. "Dad," Son Gohan ran happily, calling out to Son Goku as he ran. "Huh, Gohan, don't you have to study today?" After hearing Gohan's voice, Son Goku moved at high speed and instantly appeared next to Gohan. "No need, Mom promised me that I can practice with you before I turn 3. Son Gohan said excitedly. Okay, Dad has long noticed that you are gifted. From today on, Dad will train you seriously. The future of the Earth is in your hands. Son Wukong was also very happy. After all, he had already noticed son Gohan's talent from his daily actions. He saw with his own eyes that Gohan learned to crush the steel pen in his hand because Kai forced him to do so. He saw with his own eyes that Gohan had the same appetite as him. He saw with his own eyes that Gohan did squats while holding a dinosaur. He personally felt the powerful aura that flashed across Gohan's face in a flash of anger. Dad, let's start. What should I do first? Fight with you? Son Gohan's young body got into a fighting stance. Haha, Gohan, you are not qualified to fight your father yet. What you need to do now is to control your own strength and your own energy. Son Wukong patted Gohan's head. Control your own chi? Yeah, I don't even know what chi is. Dad, teach me. Gohan looked at Son Goku with eyes full of curiosity. Be careful, sit cross-legged. Use your heart to feel the warm airflow in your abdomen. Control it with your heart. Wukong demonstrated first, sitting cross-legged, putting his hands together at Danshin, and a faint light came on. Son Gohan is copying. The abdomen, that position, isn't it the Danshin position in the mythological novels of my previous life? Son Gohan closed his eyes and felt it carefully. In just a moment, Gohan had already discovered that trace of energy. At the same time, a faint light appeared in his empty hands. Huh, you felt it right away. That's amazing. My Gohan, Son Goku looked shocked. You know, he didn't understand anything about chi when he was a child. He relied on physical training to get to where he is today step by step. During this period, the teachings of Master Roshi, Master Cat, the gods, and Popo are indispensable. It took him many years to completely master his chi. I didn't expect Gohan to be able to feel the Kai in less than a minute. Dad, is this chi? It's so magical. Gohan stood up and concentrated all his energy in his hands. The light became brighter and brighter, and a ball of yellow energy, the size of a child's fist, condensed into shape. Gohan, in front of you, there's a tree with a diameter of 10 meters. Throw the energy ball in your hand out. Goku was getting more and more surprised. Then he ordered Son Gohan to throw the energy bomb in his hand. Whoosh, bang, boom, snap. The towering trees that reached the sky fell down in an instant. There was a wisp of burnt black smoke coming out of the fracture. Gohan, how do you feel? Son Goku looked at Son Gohan nervously. I don't feel anything. If I have to say I do, I feel a little bit tired. Son Gohan closed his eyes and felt for a long time before saying this. Haha, my Gohan is so awesome. The energy bombs you fire now are much more powerful than the ones your father fired back then. Son Wukong was so excited. His eyes shone brightly, as if he saw an opponent suddenly appearing. Ever since the end of the martial arts tournament and the defeat of Lord Piccolo, his fighting spirit has subsided. Any opponent who is defeated by him will never be able to surpass him again, and will never be able to inspire him to fight again. Yamcha Tainshinhen Piccolo. But at this moment, his long-dormant fighting spirit was stirred again. Dad, what's next? Although Son Gohan possesses the soul of his previous life, he was just an ordinary person in his previous life. Naturally, he did not notice Son Goku's will to fight. Next, you need to control your current strength, train your body, strengthen your body, and make the potential in your body erupt continuously, strengthening the energy in your abdomen. Repeat this cycle and become stronger and stronger. Gohan, Daddy is looking forward to the day when you can fight with Daddy. Son Wukong said excitedly. Yes, Dad, I will never let you down. Son Gohan's determined eyes said it all. Now, can you run around Baozi Mountain carrying the tree you broke? Son Wukong asked. 2 laps. After Son Gohan finished speaking, he ran towards the fallen tree. He exerted force with both hands, his fingers tensed, aha. Whoosh, his 10 fingers were like hard steel bars, piercing straight into the tree. Due to his small body, he could not hug the tree, so he could only use this method to lift the tree. The waist and horse merged into one, ha. Son Gohan lifted the tree with all his strength. The tree was lifted up, but the surrounding environment made it impossible for him to run. Dad, I am too tall to get out of the forest by hugging such a long tree. Son Gohan said helplessly after trying. Think of a way yourself. Just keep the weight the same. Son Wukong folded his arms and did not help him. The weight remains the same. I see, Dad, thanks. Son Gohan put the tree down, walked to the center of the tree, wrapped his palm with that weak energy, and turned his palm into a knife, and cut the tree into two with one knife. Then he thought for a moment, and found that it was still difficult to lift the two logs. A moment later, he found two straight trees with a diameter of 1/2 meter and cut them down. Then they flattened both sides of the tree, stacked them together, and used a 1/2 meter diameter tree that they had just cut down to pierce it from the top. The tree with a diameter of 10 meters was fixed in an instant. This time, Son Gohan lifted the weight and walked out to the outside of Baozi Mountain. A deep pit with every step. Although he is highly talented, his potential has not yet been tapped. Now, he is using all his strength to carry such a heavy tree. Son Goku just watched silently without any intention of helping, and Son Gohan also had no intention of asking for help. Chapter 3, Where is my golden finger? Baozi Mountain. Time flies, and 1.5 years has passed in a flash. Son Gohan also celebrated his 2nd birthday. I saw 2 afterimages flashing from time to time on a plane. A big hole appears on the ground from time to time. Turtle-style qigong. Sky cannon. 1 blue, 1 yellow. 2 beams of light of the same thickness collided instantly, exploded with a loud bang, and emitted a dazzling light. The powerful aftermath of the battle made everything around it like a typhoon. Gohan, use your full strength, Son Goku roared. Dad, if I use all my strength you will be gone, Son Gohan said helplessly. You stinky boy, you look down on me, ahaha. Son Wukong exploded with anger. White flames emerged around his body, and his hair rose slightly. I'm coming too. Son Gohan released 1/1000th of his aura. But the aura around his body faintly flashed with a hint of golden light. The battle is over. Son Wukong looks dejected. Dad, what's wrong with you? Son Gohan stepped forward. Gohan, Daddy is fine, but I didn't expect that in just 1.5 years you could surpass Daddy so much. Although Daddy has made great progress, Daddy knows that your fighting ability is far more than what you just revealed. Although you are my son, Daddy will not accept this. Son Wukong was distressed. Dad, there's nothing I can do. I'm so talented and willing to work hard. Son Gohan was complacent. That's right, in this 1.5 years, Son Gohan's strength has increased to an unimaginable level. In the first month of training, Son Gohan had already made light work of everything, and that huge towering tree could no longer help him make any progress. He then increased the weight he carried while running to his limit, and enjoying the endless power that flowed out of his body after reaching his limit. He knew that it was the potential hidden deep within his body erupting. He did frog jumps with a huge rock on his back and push-ups. He pushed every simple movement to the limit until he reached Baozi Mountain, where nothing could make him feel more powerful. Unless you carry the entire Baozi Mountain on your back. When he did this, only 3 months had passed. Next, Son Wukong took him to the sea. Baozishan's training only increased the pressure on his physical appearance. The deeper you dive into the ocean, the greater the water pressure becomes. That pressure comes from the inside out. After experiencing the strong water pressure, his internal organs became extremely strong. The strong heart, liver, spleen, lungs, and kidneys provide him with enough power. In fact, Son Gohan has been looking for his golden finger since he was born. After others travel through time, they either have a grandfather with them or a system added to them. At worst, they have a set of powerful skills or a magical weapon or something. But Son Gohan has nothing, only his own training day after day. In order to force out his golden finger, he even dived to a depth that he could not bear and completely fainted from shock. Fortunately, Son Wukong followed him, otherwise he would have been really finished. From then on, Son Gohan felt relieved. No. Even without the golden finger, I am close to breaking through to Super Saiyan with my own efforts and this powerful body. Son Gohan thought to himself. That's right, the flash of golden light that appeared in the arrogance that erupted when he was fighting with Son Goku, just now was a sign that he was about to transform into a Super Saiyan. During the 5th month in the ocean, Goku could no longer keep up with Gohan's depth. Dad, I feel like I'm about to break through to a new level. Son Gohan clenched his fists. A new level? Son Wukong was surprised. Yes, if I break through that level, I feel my combat power will change dramatically. Son Gohan certainly knew that the new level was Super Saiyan. But he couldn't say it clearly. After all, the Saiyans hadn't come to Earth yet. Then how far do you think I am from the level you mentioned? Son Wukong said excitedly. It seems a bit far away. Son Gohan said weakly. Just say it. Almost. Increase your current strength by 300 times. Son Gohan whispered. What, 300? You mean you are 300 times stronger than me? Son Wukong was horrified. That's about it. If I use numbers to describe it, your current combat power is about 15,000. I'm almost at 3 million now. As long as I break through the 3 million point limit, I should be able to break through to a new level. And I realize that because of my mother, I should be able to break through better than you, father. Son Gohan explained cryptically. 300 times, I didn't expect that the gap between Dad and you is so big now. It's outrageous. Haha. Son Wukong smiled bitterly. Dad, don't be too disappointed. Your explosive period should also be after you break through a new level. Son Gohan hurriedly comforted him. Don't worry, Dad won't lose confidence. Dad is very happy that you are so strong, but Dad will definitely catch up with you. Son Wukong was depressed for only a moment and immediately regained his confidence. Haha, that's good, Son Gohan laughed. Perhaps Son Wukong's strength comes from his firm and pure heart of martial arts. Let's go home and eat. Somersault cloud, Son Wukong shouted to the sky. An orange cloud fell down. Son Wukong jumped on it. Although he had already learned the art of flying, he still liked the feeling of being wrapped in the somersault cloud. As for Son Gohan, his soul, which had been infected by the giant ink, could no longer be recognized by the somersault cloud. Son Gohan floated vertically in the air and flew straight towards Baozi Mountain. You ask why not fly prone? Son Wukong also asked this question. After all, flying prone can reduce the resistance of flight. But Son Gohan's answer is, flying upright is more stylish than flying prone. Because of his different aesthetic taste, he likes this mythical flying posture. If he had not learned how to fly a sword, he would have thought of forging a sword to fly. A man who doesn't want to experience flying with a sword is not a normal man. But this young body, less than 1.2 meters tall, standing in the air and flying is really a bit funny. Two figures tore through the air and disappeared in an instant. In the Arctic ice field, a green figure gnashed his teeth. Why did Son Wukong's energy become so powerful and unpredictable? Piccolo was furious. As for why Son Gohan was not mentioned, of course it was because the gap was too big to be detected. They were not on the same level. There was nothing we could do. Right now, Piccolo has, at best, less than 1,000 points of combat power. In the early stage, Son Goku led Son Gohan in training, and in the later stage, it was Son Gohan who led Son Goku. After all, the brilliant idea of training in the deep sea was proposed by Son Gohan. In fact, Son Gohan didn't realize how different he was from Son Goku. While he was undergoing intense training, he had no time at all to observe the energy in his body. Every time when he was unable to detect it, the energy would circulate on its own and flow through his body. The moment he stopped, the energy instantly returned to his danshin in his abdomen. He could only sense that his Kai was getting stronger, and after asking Son Wukong about it, he thought that his ridiculously strong Kai was a result of training and being mixed-blooded. After all, Son Gohan's talent had already been mentioned in the original work. It's because of the combination of Saiyan blood and Earthling blood. Peaceful Earthling cells can trigger the unfathomable potential of Saiyans, making it easier for them to break through to Super Saiyan. 3 million points of combat power is a limit. A pure Saiyan must reach this point before he can break through. There is no need for hybrids like Son Gohan, Son Goten, and Trunks. If Son Gohan breaks through now by force, he can also transform into a Super Saiyan. But he didn't want to break through forcefully. He wanted the water to overflow naturally. He believed that everything was God's will, and it might not be a good thing to transform before reaching the normal limit. Any combat effectiveness after transformation is based on normal state. Similar to the later Son Goten, although he broke through to Super Saiyan at a very young age, his combat power, although the original work did not mention it, but judging from his combat power, it was only around tens of millions. Son Goten was born after Son Goku broke through to become a Super Saiyan. Naturally, it is easier for him to break through to become a Super Saiyan than for Son Gohan. Chapter 4 Four Planets, Baozi Mountain. Yo, Gohan, although you are better at fighting than me, you may not be as good at eating as me. Eat. Son Wukong reached out and picked up a dinosaur hoof, opened his bloody mouth and swallowed it. When he spat it out again, it had turned into a bone. Boneless. I'm coming too. Son Gohan was not to be outdone and also grabbed a dinosaur hoof. Half an hour later, the two of them patted their bellies contentedly. Gohan, what are you going to do next? Daily training can no longer improve your combat effectiveness. After eating and drinking, Son Goku began to ask Gohan about his future plans. Dad, I want to ask Aunt Bulma for help. Son Gohan expressed his thoughts. Bulma, how can she help you? Son Wukong was surprised. Son Gohan rolled his eyes and said, Dad, from what I understand, Aunt Bulma is a technological genius. If I ask her to help build a gravity chamber, it would be much stronger than uncontrollable water pressure. And the temple you mentioned, the super holy water, I want to try them all. I won't miss any opportunity to improve my combat power. Son Gohan's eyes were filled with determination. He was already 2 years old this year, and his fighting power had almost reached its normal limit. Raditz Vegeta, these crises are nothing to him. But there is still Frieza. If you want to deal with him, you must break through the Super Saiyan. Dad, I remember that our house should have a 4-star star, right? Son Gohan asked. That's right. In order to commemorate your grandfather, I found the 4-star planet and kept it at home. Are you going to make a wish to the dragon? Son Wukong immediately guessed what Son Gohan was thinking. Well, I have an idea. Son Gohan didn't say what wish he wanted to make. Son Wukong naturally wouldn't ask. Okay, the 4-star ball is in that old house. You go get it. After dinner, help digest the food, and I'll go do some exercise. Son Wukong pointed to the small house outside that looked like a small temple. That house is the one where Son Wukong lived when he was a child. The 4-star ball is also on the altar on the east wall of the house. After that, he walked out of the house and did push-ups and sit-ups as his daily training. Mom, I'm leaving. I may not be back in the next 2 days. After saying goodbye to Kai, Son Gohan also walked out of the house. Gohan, don't be impolite when you go to Aunt Bulma's house, and don't scare them, Kai warned. Got it, Mom. Kiki smiled bitterly. A 2-year-old child is more mature than Goku. This is really weird. Although Kiki was confused, she immediately showed a look of kindness when she thought that he came out of her belly. After the father and son finished eating, Kiki started to busy herself with cleaning up the dishes and washing up. Zidu Universal Capsule Villa area. A figure descended into the largest manor villa area in the center. Hello, is anyone there? Son Gohan called out from the gate. The first time he visited, Son Gohan didn't just barge in. Ding Dai, please tell me your name and purpose. There is a display screen on the pillar on one side of the gate, and a voice comes from it. My name is Son Gohan, and I'm the son of Son Goku. This time I'm here to look for Aunt Bulma. Son Gohan stated his purpose directly. Please wait. Auntie, Son Goku's son can speak now. It's only been a short time. Open the door. No, I'll open it myself. Bulma's jaw dropped and the tools in her hand fell to the ground. Bulma was really shocked when she heard the robot coming to report. Bulma put down the work in her hands and walked towards the door with her graceful figure swaying. Even a white worksuit cannot hide those proud breasts and perky peach buttocks. You are Son Gohan? Oh my God. You are so young. How did you come to the Western capital? As far as I know, Baozi Mountain is more than 1,000 kilometers away from the Western capital. Bulma opened her mouth in shock. Haha, Aunt Bulma, it's our first meeting. Please give me your guidance. As for how I got here. After Son Gohan greeted her politely, he used the sky dance technique to rise from the ground, flew over the tall gate into the manor, and came to Bulma. Pervert, Son Goku is a pervert, and his son is even more perverted. He can fly at such a young age. Bulma is shocked by son Gohan again and again. Aunt Bulma. Why call me auntie? Am I that old? Bulma said coquettishly. Then how should I call you? Son Gohan was speechless. But looking at the cute and lovely Bulma in front of me, I feel a little excited. After all, in his previous life, when he was watching the Dragon Ball anime, Bulma was also the goddess in his heart. Although she is not so good-looking, she is rich. But after he was transformed into Son Goku's son, the slight excitement in Son Gohan's heart suddenly disappeared. It has to dissipate. He is only 2 years old, and Bulma opposite him is already 20 years old. Even if he has the intention, he is powerless now, and Bulma will definitely not be with Son Goku's son. What should I call you? Sister messes up the generations, and aunt makes me seem old. Just call me Ms. Bulma. After hesitating for a moment, Bulma gave up on calling her sister. Otherwise, wouldn't she be a generation lower than Son Wukong? Okay, beautiful Ms. Bulma, can you please do me a favor? Son Gohan said helplessly. Oh hee, you have such a sweet mouth. Who taught you that? It must be your dad, that dumb guy. It definitely wasn't him who taught you that. Could it be Kai? Bulma giggled. No one taught me. Ms. Bulma is really beautiful. Son Gohan bombarded Bulma with sugar-coated bullets. Okay, I'll help you no matter what you need. Come in with me first. Bulma gave in immediately, took Son Gohan's little hand and walked towards the villa. Hey, Bulma, this is your and Yamcha's child, right? It's so big already. When are you two going to have a wedding? I have a grandson, Woo. It's hard to imagine I have a grandson, I'm old. Mrs. Briefs was watering the flowers in the garden. When she saw Bulma pulling Son Gohan, she thought it was Bulma's child. Mom, what are you talking about? Didn't I tell you that I broke up with that guy a long time ago? Besides, I'm still a virgin. Bulma roared. Don't be angry. Anger will give you wrinkles. Mrs. Briefs said with an indifferent expression. He is the son of Son Wukong. Son Wukong and your son. Oh, daughter, it's not easy to be a mistress. Mrs. Briefs, Bulma's eyes were blazing with fire. Hello, Mrs. Briefs. My name is Son Gohan, the child of Son Goku and Kai. Nice to meet you. Please take care of me. Son Gohan had to help Bulma out. Otherwise, the two of them would have been entangled for who knows how long. What a polite little guy. Haha, you and Bulma go in, I'll get you a drink. What would you like? Mrs. Briefs instantly developed a liking for the polite and cute Son Gohan. Anything is fine. Thank you, Mrs. Briefs. Son Gohan replied politely. You're welcome, hes. Let's go, Gohan. Chapter 5 Materials, Spacecraft 20 years ago. Say. What? A gravity chamber that is 300 times heavier than itself. And it's doubled? You are about 50 kilograms now. According to your request, 2 times is 100 kilograms, which is equivalent to 2 of you. In the case of doubling, 100 times of 3 kilograms is 300 kilograms, 300 times of 4 kilograms. Oh my God, I'm afraid the Earth doesn't have the material you want. There can't be such a hard material that can withstand such terrible gravity. Bulma's eyes widened in horror. She couldn't imagine how terrifying it would be if the multiples increased by 300 times. I'm not good at math. Is there any expert who can calculate it? See you in the comments. Leave the materials to me. Just tell me, if I find materials that can support this kind of gravity, can you help me build the gravity room I requested? Son Gohan asked. Who am I? I'm Bulma, the epitome of genius. As long as you can find the materials, I can make it 500 times, not to mention 300 times. Bulma couldn't stand the excitement and immediately made a bold statement. Okay, it's a deal. I'll go find the materials, and when I find them, I'll come find you. I'm leaving first. Bye, beautiful Ms. Bulma. Son Gohan lifted his feet off the ground slightly and disappeared at high speed. This little guy is so unpredictable. I'm afraid there is no such material on the entire Earth. Can he find it on another planet? Bulma shook her head and ignored Gohan's words. Call out. Excuse me. Can you lend me the Dragon Ball radar, Ms. Bulma? Oh, you scared me. Didn't you leave? Dragon Ball radar? Are you going to make a wish to the dragon for hard materials? Bulma guessed what Son Gohan was thinking. But the fact was unexpected. Son Gohan shook his head. It's related to this, but it's not a direct wish. Dragon Ball radar, let me look for it. Wait a moment. Bulma went to the studio, searched through all the drawers and boxes, and finally found it after an hour. Hey, it's out of battery. Wait a minute, I'll change the battery for you. Bulma picked up the screwdriver, removed the back cover, and replaced the battery. Beep beep, buzz buzz buzz. Huh, why is there a signal fluctuation? Could it be that it has broken down after not being used for a long time? Bulma said to herself in surprise. Ms. Bulma, I have one with me. Son Gohan took out the 4-star ball he was carrying. I see. Son Gohan followed the instructions of the Dragon Ball radar and quickly found all 7 Dragon Balls. But he did not summon the dragon. Instead, he returned to Baozi Mountain. Instead of going home, he looked for the spaceship that Son Wukong took to come to Earth. He has been training in Baozi Mountain for so long that he has memorized the terrain by heart. Where there are grand canyons, cliffs, and deep pits, everything is clearly visible. It's just that I usually only focus on training and don't go out of my way to look for it. He searched inch by inch under every cliff and in every canyon, and in the 14th deep pit, he finally saw the round spaceship completely covered by weeds. He just raised his palm slightly and struck in the air. Cull. An invisible wave of air instantly blew away the weeds covering the spacecraft. The true appearance of the spacecraft was revealed. A spacecraft that can travel through deep space is truly amazing. For more than 20 years, although it has been covered with weeds and exposed to wind and sun, there is not a trace of rust, but rather a cold and sharp glow. If this spaceship can bear it, I can save a wish, Son Gohan muttered to himself, secretly planning the plan in my mind. He just raised his palm and gathered his energy, and a wave of energy lifted the spaceship into the air. Then he held the spaceship and flew towards Bulma's house. Say, Gohan, you said this was the spaceship your father took. Son Goku is actually an alien. No wonder he is so perverted. With a tail and a full moon, he would. Bulma realized that she had said the wrong thing in an instant and stopped talking. Then he looked at the tail behind Son Gohan. Don't worry, Aunt Bulma. My family goes to bed early and never looks at the moon. Son Gohan waved his hand. You know, Bulma was surprised. Okay. Bulma became even more curious about this mysterious little guy. Does Son Goku know that he is an alien? Bulma asked. Please keep it a secret for now, Ms. Bulma. My father doesn't know yet. When the time comes, I will explain it to him, Son Gohan requested. Okay, I'll go test the materials first. Wait for me. Bulma dismantled a spaceship component and ran to the testing room. 15 minutes later, Bulma slowly stepped out of the testing room. How is it, Ms. Bulma? Son Gohan's expression was a little stiff because he noticed that there was no joy on Bulma's face. Although this material is harder than any material on Earth, it still cannot meet your requirements. However, if we lower the standard, we can increase it by 300 times the normal amount. That is, we increase the multiple based on your weight, not doubling it, and then doubling it again based on the doubled weight. Although this explanation is a bit difficult to understand, I think you should understand it, right? Bulma explained. Well, Ms. Bulma, I understand. It's pretty much what I expected. Then please just follow my instructions. I should be able to find some hard materials in a short time. Normal gravity chambers are useless to me, Son Gohan said. Okay, I can make the foundation for now, and then add in other materials when you find them. Bulma agreed to Son Gohan. Okay, I'll be leaving first. 20 minutes later, Son Gohan arrived at the bottom of Karin Tower, looking at the towering Karin Tower in amazement. It's really high. I wonder if the super divine water will have any effect on me. Son Gohan's feet left the ground, his body rose up and went straight up. After a few seconds, they arrived at the residence of the cat Immortal. Son Goku's son has great talent and is stronger than Son Goku. The cat hermit came to Son Gohan holding a wooden stick. Hello, Cat Master. It seems that you are just as my father said. Standing in Karin Tower, you can observe everything on Earth, Son Gohan greeted. I'm far from it. This ability is just a little bit of what the gods and Lord Bobo taught me. The cat fairy waved his hand modestly. But there was still a hint of arrogance on his face. Cat Master, I'm here to use the super divine water to improve my strength. Son Gohan stated his purpose. Hey, 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 son of Sun Wukong, can't you see that I'm such a grown-up? Your father and I are brothers, shouldn't you call me uncle? Yajirobe, who was sitting against the wall next to him, expressed his dissatisfaction. Haha, Uncle Yajirobe, you must have wasted a lot of senzu beans over the years, right? Cat Immortal, do you need my help to take out the trash for you? Call out. What are you doing? Stop it. I was wrong, let me go. Yajirobe grabbed Son Gohan's wrist tightly and begged. Son Gohan simply grabbed Yajirobe's collar, put his feet in the air, and lifted his body into the air outside the platform. Son Gohan looks down on this fat guy, who just eats and waits to die from the bottom of his heart. Although in the original world, Fatty has a character who saves the day at the end. But every time, it was because he had only a few senzu beans left, making it impossible for the Z warriors to recover their health, so he came to give away the senzu beans. Even when Vegeta first came to Earth and fought against Son Goku, there were no senzu beans, so Son Goku had to lie in the hospital for a whole month. Okay, Gohan, spare him. Even though he's a parasite, it's boring to be alone here all year round. The cat hermit pleaded for Yajirobe. Since the cat immortal is begging for mercy, I will spare you, but I tell you, from now on, you are not allowed to waste any more senzu beans. Do you understand? Son Gohan's young body exuded a powerful aura. His eyes were full of murderous intent. I understand. I will never eat senzu beans again. Yajirobe promised Son Gohan in horror. Cat Hermit, I think since you provide him with a place to stay, you should ask him to do some work and provide you with dried fish. My father told me that the fish he grills is delicious. Son Gohan said jokingly. Dried fish, slurp. Upon hearing this, tears flowed from the cat immortal's mouth. Yajirobe, did you hear what Son Gohan said? 3 meals a day, no, 4 meals, dried fish, can you do it? If not, I will ask Son Gohan to throw you down. I don't think you can fly. The cat fairy looked at Yajirobe with a slightly threatening look. No problem, no problem. This is easy. Yajirobe instantly agreed to the cat immortal's request. Chapter 6, The Toxic Super Divine Water. The Temple Above Kalimpa. Mr. Popo, that Son Gohan seems a little unusual. The immortal frowned and said. Yes, the soul is unusually powerful. There was no expression on Popo's dark face. I don't know whether his birth is good or bad for the earth. The immortal said worriedly. Since he is Wukong's son, he will not do anything to the earth, Popo said calmly. I hope so. Karinta. Cat Hermit, let's get down to business. Where is the super divine water? Son Gohan asked. Follow me. The cat master brought Son Gohan to the storage room under the platform. That is the bottle that produces super divine water on its own. There should be more than half a bottle now. The most powerful person on Earth can only take a small sip. Only your father, Son Wukong, drank half a bottle. The cat immortal said, pointing the wooden stick in his hand at the porcelain bottle on the niche on the wall. Half a bottle. Son Gohan slowly walked towards the alcove, picked up the super divine water and gulped it down. Hey, 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 you are only 2 years old. No matter how powerful you are, you dare not drink so much, the cat immortal said hurriedly. But it's too late. Separate. Son Gohan burped after drinking. Cat Hermit, get out of the way of the stairs. Let me out. I can't hold it any longer. Son Gohan tried his best to control his body and suppress the terrifying aura. It was extremely difficult for him to speak, and a green color flashed across his face that was not normal for humans. Upon hearing this, the cat immortal quickly dodged. Son Gohan instantly flashed away at high speed, in the air outside Karin Tower. Yeehaw! The terrifying, powerful aura directly caused the earth to tremble. Some active volcanoes even erupt directly. The famous martial artists on Earth even looked up in the direction of Karinta. Kalinta, a strange yet familiar breath, is at Wukong. On a small island in the middle of the ocean, a bald man raised his head and said to himself, The uninhabited Gobi Desert. Why on earth? I've been practicing so recklessly. Why is there still such a powerful existence? The great demon king Piccolo pierced his palm with his finger and purple blood flowed out. Tianjin, is that Wukong's aura? Jiaozi asked. It's a bit like that, but it's not it, Tyne Shinhan said with a frown. Baozi Mountain. Gohan Karinta, super divine water, Sun Wukong thought thoughtfully. Karinta. Huff, huff, huff. Sun Gohan was breathing in and out in big gulps like a fan. Such a strong toxicity. No wonder father will have viral heart disease in the future. It turns out that the function of the super divine water is to develop the function of the heart to the extreme, making its blood supply function stronger and its running speed faster, in order to achieve a strong combat capability. But in order to refine the super divine water, you must have a strong chi and a body as a foundation. When father drank the super divine water, his combat capability must have been only 100 or so points, and the toxicity was hidden in the heart. But as his combat capability increased, that trace of toxicity could not do anything to father. However, learning to use the Kaioken put a burden on the body, giving the hidden toxicity a chance to erupt. Through the super divine water, Son Gohan immediately figured out the cause of Son Goku's future heart attack. Son Gohan clenched his fists. This half bottle of super divine water allowed him to successfully break through that bottleneck. He also clearly felt that he could break through to the Super Saiyan at will. Moreover, as the boundaries were broken, the limits of normality were also broken, and he felt the continuous eruption of potential. 305 million, 310 million, 330 million points. The body also became about 10 centimeters taller. After Son Gohan adjusted his breathing, he returned to the Cat Sage's residence. Son Gohan, your energy is too strong. I can't even detect your limit. The cat hermit widened his eyes with a look of disbelief. I have no limit, Son Gohan said in a dignified tone. Pervert, even more perverted than Son Wukong. Cat Immortal didn't know what to say anymore. Do you want to go up? Asked the cat Immortal. The temple, we have to go there. Gohan was full of curiosity about the mysterious Popo. Goodbye, Cat Fairy. Gohan slowly climbed down from the central pillar and arrived at the temple. God, Mr. Popo, hello. Son Gohan greeted politely. Son Gohan, you're very powerful. The immortal frowned and said. Bobo has no expression. The earth is my home, and my family is here. Son Gohan certainly understood what the gods meant. That's good. Are you here to train in the Spirit and Time House? Asked the immortal. Son Gohan shook his head when he heard this. The time has not come yet. I came here because I want you to ask Piccolo to come with me. I'm sure you're curious about your origins. Although the people on Earth come in all shapes and sizes, there is no race like you that can be reborn after losing a finger and create Dragon Balls. You mean I'm not from Earth? Who are you and why do you know so much? You're only 2 years old. The immortal's tone was full of shock. Before answering this question, I would like to hear Mr. Popo's opinion. Son Gohan did not answer the immortal's question, but instead cast his eyes on the black-faced Popo. There are many mysterious things in this universe. There are some powerful beings whose souls are immortal even after death. They can be reincarnated through some means, and they don't need to go through the Yama realm. Popo then expressed his guess about Son Gohan. Son Gohan heaved a sigh of relief when he heard this. Imagination is the most deadly, and Bobo's explanation just happened to cover up his lie. Son Gohan followed Popo's words and said, My past life has nothing to do with me. Since I was born on Earth, I am an Earthling. Even though my father is an alien, he still regards Earth as his home in his heart. That's the best, Bobo said expressionlessly. Mr. Popo, I'm more curious about your background than my own. Son Gohan looked solemn, his muscles tensed, he was alert. Curiosity kills the cat. Bobo did not answer. An invisible pressure made Son Gohan breathless. Mr. Bobo, the immortal spoke to the rescue. Yes, Lord God, Bobo put away his pressure. Huff, it seems that even the gods know that Mr. Popo is not a simple person. Son Gohan gasped heavily. Since I can take the position of the immortal, I am not a fool. Although I don't know the origin of Mr. Bobo, in the history of the temple, Mr. Bobo has never done anything to harm the Earth, nor has he controlled or participated in the development of the Earth. This is enough. In terms of qualifications, Mr. Bobo is the real god of the Earth, the immortal explained. I got to the bottom of it. Sorry, Mr. Popo, I will have to trouble you again in the future. Son Gohan said modestly with an injured look on his face. After all, fist strength is the truth, and a big fist is the hard truth. His fist is not even as big as Bobo's. God, please contact Piccolo. Son Gohan got down to business. Wait a minute, but I don't know if he will come, the immortal said unconfidently. Tell him that if he doesn't come, he will never have the chance to surpass my father in his life. Son Gohan said calmly. Not only must you kill someone, you must also destroy their heart. Son Gohan's words hit the nail on the head for Piccolo. I think he will come. The immortal silently sent a telepathic message to Piccolo. Chapter 7, Beating Piccolo, Temple. Son Gohan took out the 7 Dragon Balls he found and placed them in the center of the platform in the hall. Buzz! 7 Dragon Balls are shining. Son Gohan, are you going to use the power of Shenlong to bring Piccolo back to my hometown? Shenlong immediately understood Son Gohan's plan. That's right, although the Namekians are a kind race, they are relatively xenophobic, and they are the only race on Namek. In order to avoid conflicts, bringing Piccolo with us will save a lot of trouble. Son Gohan explained why he brought Piccolo with him. Pico is the incarnation of my evil thoughts. Given his temper, I'm afraid bad things will happen if he goes there. How about taking me with you? After pondering for a moment, the immortal put forward his idea. From what I know, you don't have much time left to live, right? The journey is exhausting, and I don't want to be the one who turns the Dragon Balls into stone. What you said makes sense. Let him go. If the tribe members accept him, then when he comes back, I will let this broken body return to where it belongs. With you and son Wukong on Earth, I can rest assured. Are you talking about fusion? This is also a good choice. How can we distinguish between good and evil? The current Piccolo is no longer the great demon King Piccolo. You should have discovered that apart from his obsession with defeating my father, he has no other evil thoughts. Son Gohan agreed with the immortal's idea. But if I fuse with Piccolo, Shenlong will die with me. When I was in my perfect form, I also created a set of Dragon Balls, but due to the influence of evil thoughts, they were full of uncontrollable things. Making a wish would plunge the Earth into the end of the world. Because of this, I deliberately sealed the set of Black Star Dragon Balls and did not let them appear in the world. I am afraid that after I fuse with Piccolo and let him revive Shenlong, uncontrollable factors will appear. The immortal said worriedly. In the original work, Piccolo is the main character, and the gods are integrated into Piccolo. In fact, Piccolo has not lost the superpower of creating a dragon. The reason why Piccolo didn't resurrect the dragon himself is because of this reason. Don't worry about this. I believe that among the Namekians, you are not the only one who can make Dragon Balls. Son Gohan had already thought of a solution based on his memory. By the way, can I make a wish on another planet with the set of Dragon Balls you mentioned? Son Gohan suddenly asked. Are you trying to make a wish on a planet with no life? The god immediately guessed what Son Gohan was thinking. Yes, if we don't make a wish on Earth, then the Earth won't be destroyed, right? The immortal shook his head and said, I haven't tried it, but I guess that even if it doesn't destroy the Earth, it will cause constant disasters on the Earth. After all, the materials used to make the Black Star Dragon Balls are taken from the Earth. Then you have to seal it up. This is a time bomb, Son Gohan frowned. Don't worry, that set of Dragon Balls was sealed and hidden by Mr. Bobo himself. Even I don't know where it is. The immortal was not worried about this at all. Since it was Mr. Popo who did it himself, I feel relieved. Son Gohan was relieved when he heard that it was Mr. Popo who did it himself. Until now, he still couldn't guess Bobo's origins. However, in his heart, Bobo's terrifying level was no less than that of the god of destruction in his memories of his previous life. No, maybe even the god of destruction was not as terrifying as Bobo. Such a terrifying person, for some unknown reason, is hiding on Earth. Whoosh, whoosh. You old bastard, you'd better tell the truth, otherwise I will tear down your palace. Piccolo opened his mouth and struck with lightning. He was about to tear down someone's palace. Don't worry, you and I are one. You know exactly whether I'm lying or not, the immortal said calmly. Who is this little brat? Piccolo looked at Son Gohan in surprise, and suspicion instantly revealed in his eyes. Because he felt a familiar aura from Son Gohan. combined with Son Gohan's appearance and hairstyle. "Are you the son of that guy son Wukong?" Piccolo said ruthlessly. "What, any ideas?" Son Gohan looked indifferent. "Haha, what an arrogant little brat. You are much more arrogant than your simple father. If I kill you, it will be considered as revenge for my blood feud." Piccolo exploded, and his white cloak fluttered in the wind. "Are you worthy enough to kill me?" Son Gohan released 1% of his energy. 1% of 3 million is equal to 30,000 points of combat power. Although this amount of fighting power is nothing, it is like a terror descending in front of Piccolo at this moment. "Yes, it's you. The powerful aura that erupted from Kalinta not long ago was you." Piccolo broke out in a cold sweat, and his whole body was shaking. The whole person was pressed to the ground by Son Gohan's terrifying aura. No matter how hard he struggled, he couldn't get up. This terrifying and powerful aura of terror actually emanated from a child who was less than 3 years old. In addition to fear, there was also a hint of death in Piccolo's eyes. Just when he thought he was doomed, Son Gohan instantly withdrew his pressure. Piccolo quickly stood up, distanced himself, and assumed a fighting stance. "If I want to kill you, no matter how far you hide, it will be useless. I don't even need to move my hands to kill you." Whoosh bang, bang. Son Gohan's eyes focused, and an invisible airwave burst out. The powerful airwave instantly knocked Piccolo over and knocked him onto the flower orchid in the palace. The flower fence was also smashed by him. "How dare you insult me like this? Damn it, damn it." Veins popped out all over Piccolo's body. The flame of anger ignited the rationality in his mind. Magic flash. A thick yellow energy beam instantly hit Son Gohan, who had his hands behind his back. Because of the angry attack, Piccolo's combat power exceeded his limit and reached 1,100 points. Fu, Son Gohan blew lightly, and the magic flash of light instantly turned and went up into the sky. "No, impossible." Piccolo stepped back again and again, his eyes full of disbelief. Son Gohan, Shanxian, and Popo just stood there quietly, without making any move or saying a word. Piccolo's violence was within Son Gohan's expectations. Because of him, history has changed. The reason why Piccolo was whitewashed, in addition to the influence of Son Goku, a big part of the reason was because of Son Gohan. In the original work, Raditz's arrival made him realize that the enemy of my enemy is my friend. He teamed up with Son Goku to kill Raditz. The news that Vegeta and Nappa were coming to Earth made him unable to care about the old grudges. He personally trained Son Gohan, and his cold heart also cracked a little under the influence of Son Gohan. But now Son Gohan has personally taken action to influence history, completely disrupting the development of this time and space. Back to the topic. After Piccolo launched his strongest attack, he calmed down completely. 3 minutes later. "Why did you call me here? My current strength is of no use to you, right?" After Piccolo calmed down, his intelligence and wisdom returned completely. "Calm down, don't jump anymore," Son Gohan said jokingly with the corner of his mouth raised. "HMPH, stop talking nonsense. Since you called me here, there must be a need for me. Although my fighting ability is not as good as yours, I am not a fool." Piccolo crossed his arms and his tone was full of unwillingness. "In that case, I'll just be frank." Son Gohan began to explain why he called Piccolo and also told Piccolo his origins. Chapter 8, Make a Wish and Go to Namek. Temple. "You old immortal, is this what you mean?" He said, "Would you consider merging with me?" The new Piccolo was born on Earth, so they don't have the same feelings towards Namek as the gods do. Instead, he was interested in the fusion that Son Gohan mentioned. "Go check on my hometown for me. When you come back, the temple will have a new successor, and I will merge with you. After all, you are still young, and I don't want to cause your death because of my lifespan." The immortal gave Piccolo a reassurance. "Well, I promise you, I'll go to Namek with you, but I can't guarantee that I can get Namek's recognition. After all, I'm the evil clone, the great demon King Piccolo." Piccolo's tone was full of tsundere. "Bah, your self-confidence is too blind. As far as I know, with your combat power, you can't even rank on Namek. If you merge with the gods, you may still have a chance to occupy a position." Son Gohan attacked. "I don't believe it. There aren't so many perverts in the world. I'm not afraid of any existence except you and Son Goku. Piccolo didn't believe what Son Gohan said at all. Sitting in a well and looking at the sky. I look forward to your expression after you get slapped in the face. Son Gohan was too lazy to argue. Okay, let's get down to business. Let's just summon Shenlong and have it send Piccolo and me to Namek. Son Gohan stepped in front of the Dragon Ball and prepared to summon Shenlong. The balls are all in a sack. I have an immature idea. Piccolo stops Son Gohan from summoning Shenlong. Oh, what are you going to do? Could it be that you are coveting Shenlong? Son Gohan looked at Piccolo threateningly. No, according to what you said, the old immortal came to Earth on a spaceship. Can we take the spaceship back to Namek? Piccolo asked. Yes, I thought that was my home, but I didn't expect that house to be a spaceship. If I take the spaceship to Namek, wouldn't that save me a wish? The fairy also agreed with what Piccolo said. I've thought of everything you can think of, but it will take a month to reach Namek on the spaceship you came on. I don't want to waste my time on meaningless things. Besides, you want me to stay on the spaceship with you for a month? I get annoyed just thinking about it. Son Gohan could naturally think of the spaceship, but he finally gave up on that idea. After all, since Raditz came to Earth, the worldview of Dragon Ball has been completely overturned. Countless powerful enemies attack, and you are on the verge of death every time. He is confident that he can defeat Frieza now, but there are still androids, number 17, number 18, Cell, Majin Buu, etc. in the later stage. Even the god of destruction, Angel, Moro, and the immortal Zamasu in Dragon Ball Super. He must improve his strength as quickly as possible and quickly unleash his potential. Time travel is his advantage, and he wants to make the most of this advantage with his familiarity with history. Back to the topic. I don't want to stay with you for a month either. Summon you, Piccolo thought of the scene of himself and Son Gohan staying together for a month, and his whole body exuded resistance. Come out, Shenlong, and fulfill my wish. Call. A strong wind blew in the temple. The sky suddenly darkened, and lightning and thunder roared in the sky. A thick yellow beam of light shot up into the sky and took shape in just a few seconds. A dragon similar to the one in Chinese mythology appears. Tell me your wish, any wish will do. The loud voice of the dragon rang out. Shenlong, send me and Piccolo to Namek. Can you do it? Son Gohan made a wish. Namek, it's a bit far away, let me try. The dragon's body was flying in the air, with its head raised high, and its eyes were shining red. Found it, do you want to teleport over? Shenlong asked. Well, this is my wish. Teleport me and Piccolo to Namek. Buzz, swish. The figures of Son Gohan and Piccolo disappeared in an instant. The wish has come true, goodbye, Maker. The wish maker, Son Gohan, disappeared, and Shenron could only say goodbye to the immortal. The dragon still has a little respect for the god who created him. Go, the immortal raised his old hand and waved. Call out. 7 dragon balls rose from the ground and flew in all directions at high speed. The moment they landed, they turned into stone, waiting for a year to meet their destined person again. Namek. 2 figures suddenly appeared in the tribe, where the second elder Muley was. What a comfortable feeling. As soon as Piccolo appeared, he felt like he appeared in an embryo. Who are you? Which tribe are you from? Why haven't I seen you before? The second elder Muley walked slowly towards them. Second elder Muley, Son Gohan asked, looking at the familiar face in front of him. You know me? Muley was surprised. Hello, Elder Muley. I am an Earthling from the northern Milky Way galaxy, and he is a Namekian who returned to his hometown from Earth. Son Gohan did not hide his origins, but was sincere. He knew that Namek had a very clear sense of the concepts of good and evil. How did you know the location of Namek? Although I don't sense any ill will from you, I would still trouble you to explain. Although Muley did not sense any malicious intent, as the second elder of the Namek people, he was still wary of aliens. Although one of them is a Namekian. You can tell he's not in his perfect form, right? Son Gohan pointed at Piccolo and asked. Evil clone, this unreasonable skill has long been banned from our tribe. Good or evil, they are all possessed by a normal creature. Although after the separation of good and evil, an extremely kind and intelligent tribe member will be born, but a violent and evil tribe member will also be born. Everything is relative. In Namek's history, there were also disasters caused by evil clones breaking through the prison. So later the tribe banned the use of clone techniques. The second elder could naturally see that Piccolo's body was incomplete. But his benevolent clone is a very talented dragon. He can create dragon balls. Piccolo and I were teleported here by the dragon. That's what you call Porunga, Son Gohan explained. I see, but I think he has already left the realm of the most evil. He is not that violent, said the second elder. That's right, he was born from an evil clone. Welcome back. I will report to the great elder right away. Second elder Muley sent a message to the great elder. Muley, bring them here, the elder ordered. Yes, great elder, Muley replied respectfully. You too, please come with me. Muley floated in the air and flew towards the residence of the great elder with the two of them. Son Gohan is still unique, clasping his arms and flying upright. Chapter 9 Transformation, Super Saiyan, Namek. We're here, please follow me. Muley brought the two of them to the residence of the great elder. Muley brings alien visitors to see the great elder. Muley reported from outside the house. Snap, snap. There was the sound of footsteps, and a Namekian of the same height as Piccolo walked out of the house. Greetings, second elder. The first elder has ordered that the two of them go in, said the Namekian who came out. Nelu, let them both go in. We haven't seen each other for a long time, so let's just catch up outside. It turns out that this Namekian is the guard of the Grand Elder of Namek, Nelu, who has a combat power of 10,000 points. Son Gohan, Piccolo, go in. Muley pointed to the door and said. It is good. Son Gohan walked into the house first. Piccolo followed closely behind with an inhuman expression. Second elder, who is that tribe member? Why does he look like he deserves a beating? Neru couldn't help but frown when he saw Piccolo's expression and asked. He is the descendant of the Namekians who escaped from the Namek disaster. He is an all-round genius. His evil clone is a powerful combat-type Namekian, while his good clone is a super genius who can create dragon balls. Muley couldn't help but praise. HMPH, then I will wait for him to come out and give him some advice. Nelu had an expression of dissatisfaction. Haha, fellow tribesmen are sparring. Please show mercy. Understand. The two chatted with each other, while Son Gohan and Piccolo saw the ultimate goal of this trip. Great elder, hello, Son Gohan greeted politely. Okay. Piccolo still looks like God is the boss, and he is second to nothing. An evil clone, but not completely. The elder looked at Piccolo with a strange look. Although Piccolo didn't greet him politely, he still felt a hint of kindness from the great elder's huge body. Hearing the question from the great elder, Piccolo couldn't help but answer. I am the second generation of Piccolo born from his evil clone. After saying this, he was still wondering why he would take the initiative to do so. I see, that's right. Since you are a newborn, there is no such thing as a good or evil incarnation. Come here, let me see whose child you are. After the disaster on Namek, apart from the tribe members who escaped, I was the only one left on Namek. All the tribe members now were born from me. The great elder raised his huge hand with great effort and waved to Piccolo. Piccolo couldn't help but walk forward. The great elder placed his palm on Piccolo's head, and a faint white light emanated from his palm. All of Piccolo's memories since his birth, and about the first generation of Piccolo, the great demon king in his mind, were clearly checked. From the good and evil incarnation of a god, taking over the earth's priesthood, causing cholera on the earth with evil thoughts, being sealed and unsealed by Wu Taidu, son Wukong. Every single thing was sensed by the great elder. So that's how it is. You are Kadaz's child. If Kadaz hadn't protected me, I might not have survived. Unexpectedly, you have inherited Kadaz's talent perfectly, and you are even better than him. Tears of excitement flowed from the eyes of the great elder. He looked at Piccolo, as if he saw the scene when Kadaz protected him. Child, are you willing to return to Namek? The great elder showed a loving look, with a hint of expectation in his eyes. I won't stay on Namek. I was born on Earth, and I haven't ruled the Earth yet. Piccolo rejected the elder's kindness. Well then, you can rest assured to merge with that good clone. Although you are the second generation and do not have the shortcomings of the good and evil clones, your lifespan is still linked to his. If he dies of old age, you will die with him. The elder did not force him to stay. Will I be influenced by him? Piccolo asked what he was most worried about. Not really. Your fighting power is stronger than his, and your body is younger than his. If we fuse, it will be you who will be the main part, the elder explained. That's good, Piccolo breathed a sigh of relief. Son Gohan, you little guy, it seems that you have wisdom and soul that are not consistent with your age. After solving Piccolo's problem, the elder finally turned his attention to Son Gohan. Great Elder, this is not important. What's important is that I can protect Namek from being harmed by Frieza. What do you think? Son Gohan said calmly. Frieza, the Emperor of the Universe? Why do you say that? My Namekian clan has been sealed off since the catastrophe and has not had any interaction with Frieza. The Great Elder couldn't help but tremble when he heard the name that terrified the universe. Great Elder, my family has an old saying. It's called a man who is innocent but guilty of possessing a treasure. Possessing a magical Dragon Ball that can fulfill any wish is not necessarily a good thing. Son Gohan reminded. You mean Porunga will attract Frieza's attention? Maybe he doesn't know it now, but what about in the future? I think that any strong person would not refuse a wish like immortality and eternal youth, right? Son Gohan asked back. As far as I know, the Saiyans don't have any means to fight against Frieza, right? Also, the Saiyans are also working for Frieza, destroying other people's planets at will, asked the Great Elder. My father, Son Goku, fled to Earth when planet Vegeta was destroyed. Planet Vegeta was not destroyed by a meteorite, but by Frieza himself. Frieza and I are natural enemies. As for the means to fight against Frieza, please protect yourself and watch out. Son Gohan explained while gathering all his strength. Son Gohan was seen emitting a terrifying aura. Surrounded by white flames, the sky was dark, lightning and thunder were flashing. Great Elder. Ni moved to the Great Elder's side at high speed in an instant, and at the same time burst out his energy to block Son Gohan's crushing momentum. The Great Elder's huge residence was overturned in an instant, and Piccolo was blown out. The white flame began to glow with golden light and turned into gold. Son Gohan's dark hair began to change color, and as Son Gohan shouted, his eyeballs began to turn green. 3 million, 10 million, 50 million, 150 million points. The entire Namek was shaking. The Namekians distributed in various tribes on Namek looked at the direction of the Grand Elder's residence in horror. Some combat-type Namekians also flew towards the Grand Elder. Great Elder, do you think I have the power to fight against Frieza now? Son Gohan raised his hand, while also curiously sensing his own power. This was also his first time to transform into a Super Saiyan. Feeling this terrifying power, Son Gohan couldn't help but marvel at it. Son Gohan, do you want the Great Elder to die? The Great Elder's lifespan is already short, Naru said sternly. Nerlu, don't be rude. The Elder stopped Nerlu. My dear Gohan, I didn't expect that you have such terrifying power at the age of 2. It's unbelievable. The Elder couldn't help but sigh. Grand Elder. Nelu, where are the enemies? Protect the Great Elder. All the combat-type members of Namek also arrived one after another. Chapter 10, Develop Your Potential. Namek. Okay, everyone, shut up. It's too noisy. Before the Great Elder could speak, Nalu spoke up to stop the noisy voices of the many Namekians. My fellow tribesmen, please go back to your tribes. After a moment of complete silence, the Great Elder began to order the tribesmen who had gathered to return. As you command, Great Elder. Whoosh whoosh. My dear Gohan, I'm sorry to have embarrassed you, said the Elder in a friendly manner. It doesn't matter, Son Gohan spread his hands. The so-called fist is the truth. The terrifying fighting power of Son Gohan made the Elder completely convinced. Excuse me for being so nosy, but since you have such a strong fighting ability, why don't you just kill Frieza and solve the problem at the source? Asked the Elder. Son Gohan shook his head upon hearing this. The enemy in front of us may not be the final enemy. The universe is progressing and the times are developing. Now I can easily defeat Frieza, but there are many beings in this universe who are stronger than Frieza. I am not their opponent yet. But by using the time difference, I will become stronger and stronger. enough to deal with and defeat every enemy that appears in the future. Stronger than Frieza, there are so many strong people who you can't defeat. Haha, little friend Gohan, are you kidding me? The Great Elder finally lost his calm demeanor and began to stare with his eyes wide open. Do you think I'm joking? I agree to your request. Let Muley take you to various tribes to collect Dragon Balls and make the wish you want to fulfill. Piccolo, stay. I have something to tell you. The Elder finally agreed to Son Gohan's request. It's a pleasure to work with you, Great Elder. I'll protect Namek. Son Gohan put away his Super Saiyan transformation and returned to normal. By the way, I heard that you, Great Elder, have the superpower to develop the potential of others. I wonder. Son Gohan was a little tempted. But his current combat power is much greater than that in the original work, and he is unsure whether the Great Elder is capable of developing his potential. Son Gohan, the Great Elder doesn't have much time left, and you are so powerful. I'm afraid it's impossible to develop your potential. Without waiting for the Great Elder to speak, Naru rejected Son Gohan's request on behalf of the Great Elder. It's okay, Naru. I can give it a try. As long as it doesn't exceed my ability, it won't affect my lifespan. Gohan, come here. I'm also curious about how powerful your potential is. The Elder waved his hand and motioned Son Gohan to come forward. Okay, if you can develop it, that's great. If you can't, don't force it. After all, your life is closely related to the existence of the Dragon Balls. Son Gohan strode forward. The Great Elder raised his huge hand and placed it on Son Gohan's head. Endless potential, too terrifying. The Elder's face instantly turned terrified as he activated his superpowers. As his abilities were driven, Son Gohan's unfathomable potential was slightly stimulated. 3 million, 3.5 million, 4 million, 5 million points. This is all I can do. The Great Elder only used his superpowers for a few seconds, but he was already panting heavily. His entire chest was pumping like a fan. About 5 million points, 50 times the transformation to Super Saiyan, 2.5 million combat power, should be enough for the events we encounter in the next few years. Son Gohan muttered to himself. Mully, take little friend Gohan to collect the Dragon Balls. The Elder recovered a little after a while. Yes, Great Elder, Brother Gohan, please follow me. Murray flew out first, and Son Gohan followed closely behind. Piccolo, Naru, come here. Great Elder, Naru said respectfully. Piccolo, when you go back, you must merge with the Kindness Avatar so that your body will be flawless. If you merge, the Namekian race will probably give birth to a Super Namekian. You definitely have the potential. Naru, no matter whether I live or die, if Namek encounters a crisis in the future and Piccolo asks you to merge, you must not refuse. Do you hear me? The Great Elder looked dignified. Here. Any opinions? The Elder looked indifferent. No, as you command, Great Elder, Nilu quickly replied. Pike Kid, come forward. The Elder turned around and cast a kind look at Piccolo. Piccolo stepped forward involuntarily. The Great Elder helps Piccolo develop his potential. A burning white flame appeared around Piccolo's body. The combat power instantly increased from thousands to tens of thousands. Kul, the abundant power just now is stronger than I have ever felt before. Piccolo could hardly suppress his excitement. Potential and a strong body complement each other. Your potential is also unfathomable. Although not as good as that little guy, it is far more than your current combat power. If you want to unleash your full potential, you must train your body and strengthen your heart to bring out more potential. The Elder saw Piccolo's unwillingness and encouraged Piccolo to give him a lesson. Grand Elder, thank you. Piccolo bowed respectfully to the Grand Elder for the first time. Okay, step back. I'm tired. Remember what I said. The Great Elder waved his hand, closed his eyes, and signaled the two to step back. Seeing the tired Elder closing his eyes, Nelu and Piccolo carefully left the residence. You asked about the destroyed house. That was no problem at all. As an almighty Namekian, the Great Elder only had to use some tricks to restore the house to its original state. HMPH, if the day the Great Elder said really comes, I hope your fighting power won't be too low, or else it will be a fusion with me as the main one. Naru came out and said to Piccolo with disdain. Just wait and see. Next time we meet, I will convince you. Piccolo knew that he was no match for him, so he did not challenge him, but instead made a harsh statement. He is proud, not stupid. He knows he can't win, but he still goes up to seek death. He is a fool. The two were quite awkward together, and Piccolo stood up first and headed towards Son Gohan's aura. Ni Lu's sat cross-legged, guarding in front of the Great Elder's door. On Son Gohan's side, Muley personally went to collect the information. In a very short time, 6 Dragon Balls the size of footballs were collected. The last one is in his tribe. Tianchen, come and summon Porunga. Upon hearing this, Son Gohan turned his gaze to the child hiding behind the second elder, Muley. Tianchen is also a god in the original work, The Future of Earth. Except for Namek, who is not a combat type, the others are powerful and have excellent dragons who can make Dragon Balls. Hello, Tent. For the first time, Son Gohan showed a friendly smile that matched his age. Hello, Tianchen seemed a little shy. Tianchen, go. Muley gently searched Tianchen's head. Yes, second elder, Tianchen said respectfully and trotted to the 7 Dragon Balls. He opened his arms, faced the Dragon Ball, and used the Namek language to summon the dragon. Come out, Porunga, come out and fulfill my wish. The sky darkened and thunder and lightning roared. Chapter 11, Make a Wish, Teleport with all your strength, Namek. Namek, where the days were extremely long, welcomed the night again. But everyone on Namek knew that this was because of the influence of the Dragon Balls. The sky was dark, thunder was roaring, and a ferocious beast jumped out from the 7 Dragon Balls. The body changes from thin to thick, with explosively muscular shoulders, a pair of conical black spikes on both ends of the shoulders, and a black spike on the back that looks like a fish fin. Scarlet eyes, weird face. The dragon from Earth still suits my aesthetic taste. This Porunga looks like the monster from Ultraman. Son Gohan couldn't help but mutter to himself as he looked at the dragon from Namek in front of him. Tell me your wishes. 3 of them can come true. Porunga didn't care about what Son Gohan said, but let them make wishes according to the procedure. Gohan, what do you want to wish for? Tenten turned around and asked. Let me have the teleportation skill like King God. This wish he had thought of a long time ago. Teleportation, the panacea skill in the Dragon Ball world. Jilihualagumomo. Tenten translated Son Gohan's wish into Namek language and made a wish to Porunga. This wish can't be fulfilled. After Porunga's scarlet eyes shone slightly, he suddenly said that it could not be fulfilled. Why? Son Gohan frowned. The instant movement of Lord Kaioshin can travel through the entire universe and even go to Lord Omniking's palace. The power of this dragon god cannot penetrate the 7th universe, so it is impossible, Porunga explained. Is that so? Then how strong can you be? Son Gohan asked. I can combine the teleportation of King God with the teleportation of the planet Yadrat, so that you can teleport to any place in the 7th universe without having to sense the air. If you go to other universes, you can teleport to your target by sensing the breath. Porunga proposed the most perfect plan. Just do as you say. Okay, your first wish has been fulfilled. Please tell me your second wish. Porunga activated his ability and a message was transmitted to Son Gohan's mind. Son Gohan closed his eyes, and the map of the 7th universe instantly appeared in his mind. As long as he wants, he can reach anywhere instantly. My second wish is that I will not lose my mind after transforming into a gorilla, and I can control it easily. Son Gohan said his second wish. Transformed into a gorilla, deeply rooted in the transformation of Super Saiyan 4. According to him, after Son Gohan transforms into a giant ape, he will lose his mind and become a violent beast. Tenten also translated Son Gohan's wish to Porunga. I have to say that the Namek Dragon Balls are more advanced than the Earth Dragon Balls in this respect. You have to use a specific language to make a wish. This is easy, just enhance your soul power. Porunga's eyes lit up again. Your second wish has been granted. Porunga successfully fulfilled Son Gohan's second wish. Son Gohan suddenly felt clear-headed, and his thoughts were lucid. Things that were complicated in the past have become simple in his mind. Not only did he learn how to control the gorilla, but his wisdom and understanding were also greatly enhanced. It's like killing 2 birds with 1 stone. My third wish is that I can survive in the vacuum of the universe. Son Gohan then made his third wish. This is easy. Son Gohan suddenly felt that even if he held his breath and slightly opened the pores all over his body, he could absorb nutrients circulating in the air and survive. There is no air in a vacuum, but there are countless types of energy. Okay, all 3 wishes have been fulfilled, so goodbye. Poranga's whole body was glowing with golden light, and he returned to the 7 dragon balls the size of footballs. The 7 dragon balls also temporarily turned into stone. Thank you, Second Elder Tenen. Son Gohan achieved the purpose of this trip and turned to thank the 2 of them. Call out. A figure fell down. It was Piccolo. No need to be polite. I am just following the instructions of the Great Elder, said the Second Elder. Gohan, will you come again in the future? Tenten asked. Yes, I will definitely meet you in the future. Son Gohan touched Tenten's cheek. Second Elder, I won't say goodbye to the First Elder. Please tell the First Elder. If Namek encounters a crisis in the future, you can contact Lord North Kai and then contact me through him, and I will come immediately. Son Gohan achieved his goal and was too lazy to waste time, so he said goodbye to Muri directly. Okay, I'll pass on your words to the Great Elder. Goodbye, Gohan-kun. Goodbye, Gohan. Ten also waved her hand and said goodbye. Tianchen, I believe that we will meet again soon. Goodbye, Piccolo, please hold my hand, Son Gohan said. Does it have to be this way? Piccolo asked with some disgust. If you want to stay on Namek, I think the Namekians here will welcome you. Son Gohan shrugged and said. HMPH. Piccolo helplessly put his hand on Son Gohan's shoulder. Call out. The 2 figures disappeared instantly. The scene changed, and when it reappeared, we had returned to the Earth Temple. I'm finally back. How's it going? Have you met my people? The Immortal's eyes revealed excitement. You talked to Piccolo. I want to talk to Mr. Popo. Mr. Popo, is it convenient for you to chat for a few minutes? Son Gohan was too lazy to explain and used Popo as an excuse to leave the 2 of them. Piccolo was even more arrogant, so he transmitted the memory of this journey directly to the gods, then flew down and left the temple. Son Gohan, what's the matter? Popo was still as calm as usual. Mr. Popo, if I go to the underworld to train with King Kai, will there be any unexpected situations, such as causing the god of destruction to awaken? Son Gohan asked tentatively. Why do you think I know this? A hint of curiosity flashed across Bobo's face. Because I can't see through you. Throughout the universe, I know all the famous strong men, even the god of destruction Beerus and the angel Wise, but I am very unfamiliar with you. I don't know your identity and your intention of staying on Earth. Son Gohan looked solemn. He is not afraid of exposing himself now. Imagination is the most deadly. Bobo suspected earlier that he was the reincarnation of a strong man's soul carrying his memories. This passage completely confirmed Bobo's guess. You have indeed reincarnated with your memories. Bobo was calm and composed, as if everything was just as he expected. Little did they know that this was Son Gohan's real purpose. Mr. Popo, you haven't answered me yet. Son Gohan pretended to be mysterious and continued to ask. You cannot know my identity, but no matter what happens on the Earth, I will not take action, even if the Earth is destroyed. Even if it is an order from a god, I can only assist you at most. Of course, I will not care what you do. It is your freedom to practice wherever you want, and whether the god of destruction wakes up or not is not under my jurisdiction. Bobo still did not reveal his identity. There's a long way to go, Mr. Popo. Son Gohan didn't ask any more questions. Chapter 12, heading to North Kaio planet, Baozi Mountain. Dad, I succeeded. Do you want to see my new form? Considering his age in his previous life, Son Gohan was only about 20 years old. After successfully breaking through the Super Saiyan, he couldn't help but want to show off. New form? Let me see it quickly. Son Wukong was also very excited when he heard it. After Son Gohan told Popo that there was a long time to come, he instantly teleported back to Baozi Mountain. I'd better go out and transform. I can't control myself now. If I destroy the house, my mother will be angry. Son Gohan glanced cautiously at Kai, who was washing the dishes. Okay, let's go to the lake. Son Wukong moved away at high speed. Son Gohan followed closely behind. Arriving at the lake in the middle of Baozi Mountain, Son Gohan concentrated and closed his eyes. Huh? Golden aura, golden hair, green pupils. The second transformation was not as earth-shattering as the first. Some of the surrounding trees, flowers, and plants were also destroyed. In addition, with Son Gohan's deliberate suppression, it did not cause much fluctuation. But Son Wukong still felt a terrifying energy from him. The hybrid's transformation lacks the Saiyan's primitive and violent hostility. Even when transformed into a Super Saiyan, he is still quite peaceful. Gohan, this energy is too strong. I can't even detect its limit. Son Wukong dropped his eyes in shock. That's right, Dad. If we use numbers to calculate, your combat power is around points, and my combat power after transforming into a Super Saiyan is as high as 2.5 million points. Son Gohan used numbers to show the gap between him and himself. 2.5 million? Did I hear it right? Million. If I understood correctly, a difference of times, the innocent son Wukong cleverly showed his intelligence for once. Dad, this time when I went out, I went to a planet called Namek. On that planet, Son Gohan began to tell him about this journey, and took this opportunity to tell Son Goku that he was also an alien, a Saiyan. Because planet Vegeta was destroyed, he escaped to Earth and grew up as a Saiyan. He attributed the source of this news to this journey. Dad, according to the legends left by the Saiyans, my current form is a Super Saiyan that only appears once in 1,000 years. Super Saiyan, it sounds awesome. Gohan, teach me how to transform. Son Wukong was eager to try and was extremely excited. Dad, you can't do it now. Have you forgotten what I said? Your normal combat power must reach at least 3 million points before you can reach the bottleneck of Super Saiyan. And it is much more difficult for you to break through than for me. You need an extreme emotional outburst to break through. Extreme anger and extreme fighting spirit may serve as a catalyst for breaking through Super Saiyan. Son Gohan explained. My combat power is only 100 points now. How long will it take to reach 3 million points? I feel like I have reached a bottleneck now. No matter how hard I train, I can't break through the limit. Son Wukong was very annoyed when he heard this. Dad, to be honest, Piccolo's fighting power is about the same as yours right now. The Saiyans are a fighting race, a powerful race that can multiply their fighting power exponentially by being resurrected from the brink of death. Do you understand what I mean? Son Gohan blinked. Haha, Piccolo, here I come. As a battle maniac, as long as it has something to do with battle, no matter how dumb one is, he will understand what Son Gohan means. Hey, Dad, don't forget to go to Karin Tower to get the Senzu beans. Son Gohan shouted loudly. Got it, Gohan. After the voice fell, Son Wukong disappeared. Haha, this father is really impatient. I have to carry out my training plan. I wonder if King Kai will teach me the King's Fist. With a whoosh, Son Gohan also instantly disappeared and headed to the North Kai King planet in the underworld. Whether it is the Milky Way, the underworld, or even the Kaioshin planet, they are just different dimensions, and each dimension belongs to the 7th universe. Son Gohan's instant movement allows him to go anywhere in the 7th universe. The later son Wukong can do it with the teleportation skills he learned on the planet Yadrat. You just need to sense the chi. North Kai. As soon as Son Gohan appeared, Babris ran over, making him sounds as if asking, "Who are you?" Hello, you are Lord North Kai's pet Babris, right? Son Gohan greeted in a friendly manner. Momo snap. Babris clapped his hands, as if to say again, you are right. Hey, who are you? A voice came from behind Gohan. Gohan turned his head and saw that the person coming was none other than King Kai of the North. Hello, Lord Kai. I am Son Gohan from Earth. Lord Kami ordered me to come and train with you. He said that you are the most powerful being in the galaxy. Flattery never wears out. As soon as Son Gohan opened his mouth, King Kai's mouth curled up and he was filled with joy. Little kid from Earth, although you are young, you speak very nicely. But you can't say that. I can only be regarded as the strongest in the northern Milky Way. Although King Kai likes to be flattered, he doesn't dare to exaggerate too much. After all, there is a God above us, and he has not forgotten why his planet Kai became smaller. Haha, you are too modest. The Kaioken you created is so amazing and highly praised by the gods. I came here to learn the Kaioken from you. While Son Gohan continued to flatter him, he did not forget to state his own purpose. Of course, the gods never told him these things. I guess even gods don't know about the skill Kaioken. But he was just a kid, so he had to lie, otherwise it would be a lot of trouble to explain. Oh, I didn't expect my King Ken to be so famous that even the gods on Earth know about it. King Kai couldn't control the joy on his face. That's right, the gods told me to ask you for advice with an open mind. Okay, you're a really nice person and you speak very pleasantly. Forget about telling jokes, I'll teach you. King Kai of the North had already lost his composure due to Son Gohan's sugar-coated bullets. Thank you, Lord Kai, Son Gohan bowed. To learn the Kaioken, you need a strong body. As he spoke, North Kaio suddenly ran over to Son Gohan, pinched his hands and legs, patted his back, and then said, "What a strong body." I didn't expect that a child who looks only 2 years old like you actually has such a strong body. And judging from your bone age, you are still in your infancy, right? Your bones haven't even grown fully yet. There are countless strange races in the universe, and races as tall as Son Gohan are everywhere. But after King Kai carefully checked Son Gohan's bone age, he was amazed at how powerful Son Gohan was. Do you think I am qualified to learn the Kaioken you created? Son Gohan asked. Whether it is true or not, we still need to try. You catch Babris first. Call out. Before he could finish his words, Son Gohan flashed and picked up Babris. The gravity on my planet is 10 times that of Earth. I didn't expect you to adapt so easily. King Kai widened his eyes. Anything else you want? Son Gohan asked. Here, take this little hammer and hit Giregli, and I will teach you the King Fist. King Kai of the North casts a spell. A small gavel appeared out of thin air in Son Gohan's hand. Gregly, King Kai of the North shout. A creature that looked like a bee, a dragonfly, or a grasshopper flew over. Lord Kai, what can I do for you? Giregli could speak human language. Fly as fast as you can and don't let him hit you. King Kai pointed at Son Gohan and said. No problem, Giregli is full of confidence. Haha, is that so? Before Son Gohan finished speaking, he disappeared in an instant and came behind Giregli. You haven't even started yet. Giregli was so scared that he couldn't say a word. I didn't hit you, you can run away now, Son Gohan said calmly. Then Giregli used all his strength to fly and escape. Whoosh swish. Whoosh whoosh. No matter how fast it flies, the moment it stops, Son Gohan will always be behind it. It's boring, can you be faster? Son Gohan yawned in boredom. Giregli was a little angry. But there was a gleam of light in the eyes of King Kai below. Okay, Giregli, stop, you are no match for him. Son Gohan, you come too, King Kai stopped them. HMPH, Giregli left quickly. Son Gohan slowly landed on the ground. Is it all right, Lord North Kai? Chapter 13, confirming the cause of Son Wukong and #039, S heart disease. King Star. Your name is Son Gohan, right? Yes, Lord Kaio. Kaioken is a set of skills I created myself. It's called boxing, but it's actually a set of secret techniques to increase your energy. Since it's a secret technique, there will be certain side effects. Using Kaioken can cause unbearable pain all over your body at the mildest and life-threatening at the worst. After hearing this, do you still plan to continue learning? Asked North Kaio. Son Gohan is of course very aware of these side effects, but as the founder of King Kai himself is not aware of the perversion of King Kai. After all, ordinary people cannot develop King Kai to its limit. This is only possible with a Saiyan's abnormal body. Moreover, after being resurrected from the crisis of death, the combat effectiveness will increase dramatically. King Fist, combined with Senzu Beans, is tailor-made for Saiyans. I want to learn, and I have the confidence to carry forward the Kaioken and reach unprecedented limits. Son Gohan is full of confidence. Okay, I'll teach you. When King Kai heard what Son Gohan said, he made a prompt decision without hesitation. Kaioken, every time it doubles, the strength will double from the basic combat power. King Kai begins to explain how to practice and use King Kaiken. It turns out that the so-called King Fist is to double the speed of one's own cell division. Every time the speed doubles, the rate of cell division doubles. Cell division, death, and rebirth are the rules by which the human body operates autonomously. But King Fist changed this rule. The cells that split apart will split again before they die. The strength of each person is closely related to his own body. With this change, the strength of King Fist will naturally double. Of course, it will also bring pressure to the body, bones, and internal organs. In particular, the pressure on the heart will double directly. After all, the heart is the engine of the human body. If you want cells to divide quickly, you must have the support of the heart to provide sufficient power. After hearing this, Son Gohan completely confirmed the reason why Son Goku suffered a viral heart disease in the future. The super divine water that Son Wukong drank when he was a child was highly toxic. When he was a child, he did not completely digest it like Son Gohan did, and a trace of the hidden poison has always been in his heart. With his increasingly stronger body, he could have easily suppressed this trace of poison. But after learning the Kaioken, he encountered an accident. The use of the Kaioken beyond his capacity filled his heart with pressure, and he was unable to perfectly suppress the poison. Although every time I eat senzu beans, I regain my strength and health. But that trace of poison had already been integrated into him, and even the senzu beans could not eliminate it. In addition, he had successfully transformed into a Super Saiyan during the Frieza era, and his strength had increased 50 times, which was the last straw that broke the camel's back. The toxicity also continued during the period of being a humanoid, and it completely erupted after Son Wukong transformed again. If it weren't for the special medicine brought by the Future Special, I'm afraid there would be no recovery. Use your own energy to ignite cells and cause them to divide rapidly. This is the principle of Kaioken. Do you understand? I see, Lord Kai, you are so smart. I didn't expect you to know so much about the human body. Son Gohan's words were full of admiration. This inconspicuous fat man in front of me may not be very strong, but he is indeed smart. It seems that in this Dragon Ball world, there is another truth that we should never underestimate such insignificant existences. King Kai, Majin Buu, Popo, Omni-King. Son Gohan murmured. The inconspicuous but perverted existence in the Dragon Ball world emerged in my mind. Now you understand the principle. Next, I will teach you how to perform the specific operations to achieve the successful operation of King Kai. King Kai began to truly teach him the skills of King Kai. Son Gohan was also like a good student, listening attentively without blinking. King Kai said as he let Son Gohan try. 3 hours later. Lord King Kai, please move aside. This is my first time using this, and I'm afraid I won't be able to control my Kai on my own. Son Gohan clenched his fists and began his first real attempt. It doesn't matter. Even if you succeed in using it, it won't do anything to me. King Kai began to be arrogant. Because Son Gohan deliberately suppressed his energy, King Kai did not discover Son Gohan's true strength. Haha, it's really an old lady crawling into bed. Aha, Kaioken. Son Gohan exploded before he finished speaking. The moon-sized Kaio planet suddenly appeared, and the houses collapsed. King Kai was instantly blown to the only fruit tree on the planet, and hugged the tree tightly. Hey, 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 Son Gohan, control yourself or you'll destroy my house. King Kai yelled in dissatisfaction. But it was the first time Gohan used the Kaioken, so how could he control it himself? Boom, buzz. Son Gohan's tiny body suddenly swelled a little, his muscles bulged instantly, and his clothes seemed to be blown up by a blower. The white air waves under his normal burst of combat power instantly turned red. The hairstyle is also slightly erected. Combat power increased from 5 million points to 10 million points. Triple Kaioken, Son Gohan shouted loudly. The combat power increased again, reaching 15 million points. Enough, stop now. King Kai shouted to stop them. Ah, spare my life. Who is it? I'm going to die. You are already a soul. If you die again, you will turn into ashes. Son Gohan's pressure spread throughout the underworld, causing unrest in every corner of the underworld. In the hell under King Kai's planet, there were also sounds of ghosts, foxes and wolves howling. The souls queuing on King Yama's side were in turmoil. It is truly earth-shattering and soul-stirring. After all, Son Gohan did not suppress his momentum this time, which was different from the situation when he transformed into a Super Saiyan on Earth. Even if it is 15 million points of combat power, it is abnormal enough in this period of time. Son Gohan, stop it now, King Kai shouted again to stop him. Lord Kai, I feel like I haven't reached my limit yet. I can still improve, Son Gohan said reluctantly. If you don't stop, King Kai's planet will be shattered by you. Can't you hear the evil ghosts in hell howling like foxes and wolves? King Kai said hurriedly. Okay then. Son Gohan slowly withdrew his pressure, and the form of Kaioken receded, returning to normal. Who? King Kai landed and wiped the sweat off his head. Son Gohan, you didn't tell me you were so perverted. I'm afraid there are few people in the entire northern galaxy who can be your opponent, King Kai said dissatisfiedly. You didn't ask, and besides, I don't think I'm that powerful in the northern galaxy. Son Gohan thought of Majin Buu, who was sealed on Earth. I am still far from that now. By the way, Son Gohan, what did you mean by the phrase, old lady crawling into bed before you used the King Ken? King Kai asked curiously. Because when Son Gohan said this, he was being too arrogant and said that even if Son Gohan used the Kaioken, it wouldn't do anything to him. Haha, you made me laugh, Son Gohan said lightly. The old lady got into bed and made me laugh. King Kai was stunned and his face turned red. After feeling embarrassed, he burst into laughter uncontrollably. Haha, I'm dying of laughter. I didn't expect you to be able to tell jokes. Ha ha ha. Son Gohan shook his head helplessly. He didn't understand why King Kai had such a low sense of humor. Chapter 14, The Spirit Bomb That Cannot Be Learned. King Star. Son Gohan sat cross-legged, closed his eyes and meditated hard. Since King Kai wouldn't let him experiment, he would deduce in his mind that he could use multiples of the Kaioken. 5 to 6 times, I can use the 6th Kaioken now. If I go any higher, my body will collapse. Son Gohan opened his eyes. 6 times? Too abnormal. 6 times Kaioken means 6 times more than your normal strength. Any opponent who is on par with you will no longer be your opponent after you use Kaioken. King Kai was completely stunned. He didn't expect that a student he casually taught would be so perverted. Some people may think that since Son Gohan can already transform into a Super Saiyan, why does he still need to learn this useless Kaioken? Of course there is a reason for this. In the original work, Son Gohan, after his potential was developed by Old Kai, developed a mysterious form that is even more perverted than Super Saiyan 3. Moreover, Old Kai said that Super Saiyan is an abnormal transformation that damages the body. Son Gohan's mysterious form is the transformation that truly suits him. It has low loss, strong combat power, and almost no physical burden. How weird would it be if Son Gohan stacked Kaioken in the mysterious form? To take a step back, even if the mysterious form cannot stack the Kaioken, what about the Super Saiyan God? This can't be groundless, after all. Sun Wukong did it successfully. As for why Super Saiyan God can stack King Ken, Son Gohan has also figured out the reason. Although it is not explained in the original work, judging from the fact that Sun Wukong can fight Beerus in the vacuum of the universe, his life level should have undergone a qualitative improvement after becoming a god. Super Blue combined with King Ken, although there is pressure, it is not a problem. Super Blue transforms into Super Saiyan form after the Saiyan becomes God form. You can imagine how abnormal the improvement of life level will be after becoming a god. From the current perspective, even if the Kaioken is 10 times as powerful, it is useless and can also damage the body. But from a long-term perspective, it will inevitably be used in the future. So this is also the reason why Son Gohan specifically went to King Kai to learn King Kaiken. Lord King Kai, I have already learned the King Fist. I won't bother you anymore. Thank you. Son Gohan bowed to King Kai. Wait, Gohan, although the King Fist is powerful, I have a skill that is even more powerful than the King Fist. Don't you want to learn it? King Kai was delighted to see the prey. A genius has finally arrived, so of course he can't just let Son Gohan go like this. No, I don't want to learn it. Son Gohan certainly knew what skill King Kai was talking about that was more powerful than the king's fist. Spirit Bomb. That's right, it's the one that can only be thrown after you raise your hands in surrender and get beaten to your heart's content. Why? My Spirit Bomb is invincible. It can destroy anyone with an evil heart. I see that you are young and your mind must be simple, so you will definitely be able to learn it. King Kai didn't understand why Son Gohan was unwilling, even before he told him the benefits of the Spirit Bomb. I can't say this clearly, but I definitely can't learn it, Son Gohan said in an unusually firm tone. No, since you have learned King Ken, you must also learn Spirit Bomb. King Kai was also very firm in his stance. Okay, I'll try, Son Gohan said helplessly. Then he asked, "Excuse me, Lord Kai, do you know this trick?" Of course I can do it. Stop talking nonsense and concentrate. King Kai used coughing to cover up his embarrassment. A whole day passed. Why not just forget it, Lord Kai? My stomach is growling with hunger, Son Gohan said helplessly. Why can't you, a 2-year-old child, collect the energy between heaven and earth? King Kai was very angry. Of course not. Although Son Gohan cannot be considered evil, he had some loser attributes in his previous life. Especially the indelible learning materials of the few TS in my mind. The vitality of all things needed for the Vitality Bomb is extremely refined and pure vitality. Let's not delve into the reasons. How about I introduce you to someone who can definitely learn it? Son Gohan asked. It's a deal. King Kai's wish is to make his Spirit Bomb and King Kai Fist known to the world, so that he can show off in front of the other King Kais. The person that Son Gohan was talking about was Son Goku, and only with Son Goku's extremely simple character could he learn it. Even though he and Kai gave birth to Gohan, he still had no thoughts of lust in his heart. Lord Kai, I won't bother you any longer. Son Gohan said goodbye again. Leave after eating. That's fine. Half an hour later, King Kai's eyes almost popped out. The front of Son Gohan in front of him was already piled with bowls and dishes, and some deboned bones were scattered everywhere. When the dogs saw this, they shook their heads and left crying. You've eaten up all my food for a month in just one meal. King Kai couldn't believe that the little guy in front of him, who was less than 1.3 meters tall, could actually swallow dozens of times more food. I'm tired of jumping, Son Gohan muttered with his mouth full of food. Swallow it first, King Kai said angrily. Gulp, cool, I was born with a good appetite, Son Gohan replied. Being able to eat is a blessing. Eat, don't eat yourself to death, King Kai said unhappily. Oh, right. Lord Kai, please keep an eye out for one thing. The great elder of Namek may contact you at any time and ask you to find me. You must tell me in time when the time comes. Son Gohan remembered the promise he made on Namek. Oh, Namek. I didn't expect you've been to Namek. As far as I know, Earth doesn't have the technology to explore the universe, let alone a spacecraft that can fly to Namek. King Kai asked doubtfully. Don't go into the reasons too deeply. Don't forget how I came here, and don't forget that there are magical creatures like dragons on Earth. Everything is self-explanatory. Son Gohan did not explain in detail because he thought it was troublesome. That's right, don't worry. If he contacts me, I will tell you in time. King Kai agreed to Gohan's request. Okay, I'm full now. I'll send someone who can learn the Spirit Bomb here in a bit. You'll have to teach him carefully, Son Gohan said. No problem, but are you sure the person you're talking about can learn it? I'm very sure. It might even surprise you, Son Gohan said with certainty. Okay, then I'll wait. Son Gohan disappeared with a whoosh. Chinese letter. At this time, Son Wukong was fighting with Piccolo on the Arctic ice field. Huff, what's wrong, Son Wukong, are you out of strength? The great demon king Piccolo gasped. Son Wukong even lay on the ground, without any strength at all. Piccolo, I can still fight. Son Wukong struggled to get up, his legs were shaking. Piccolo was also barely standing. Hey Dad, Piccolo, you guys are having a great time. Son Gohan appears. Boom! Piccolo fell to the ground, and Son Wukong did the same. Chapter 15, The Strongest Man on Earth Who Is Nothing, Earth's Arctic Ice Sheet. You two really don't care about your lives. Son Gohan lifted the two of them up with his chi and fed each of them a senzu bean. Cull. The two of them instantly returned to their heyday. But Son Wukong's situation was different from Piccolo's. Just by sensing his aura, he could tell that Son Wukong had become much stronger than before. Son Wukong, you are a pervert. No, both you and your son are perverts, Piccolo said angrily. During the time that Son Gohan was studying with King Kai, Son Goku and Piccolo had already fought dozens of times. At the beginning, Piccolo was able to gain the upper hand, relying on the strength he gained from developing his potential from the Great Elder. But the further he went on, the less of a match he became for Son Wukong. Picnic, you are also very strong, Son Wukong comforted. Get out of here. Don't think I don't know that in the previous fight, you were fighting with the same energy as me. It wasn't your full strength at all, Piccolo cursed in disgust. Ah, haha this. Son Wukong scratched the back of his head embarrassedly. Son Gohan looked carefully and thought that if Son Goku now used all his strength, he should have about some combat power, while Piccolo only had some. The situation just now probably resulted from Son Wukong deliberately suppressing his own strength. Fighting is only fun if the two sides are evenly matched. This is the only way to make progress. Apart from anything else, Piccolo, your newly developed magic beam killing cannon is simply invincible. The killing power far exceeds your actual strength, Son Wukong praised. Son Wukong, stop being so disgusting. I'm not a fool. Although my magic light cannon is powerful enough, the charging time is its biggest flaw. Only a fool like you can wait for me to finish charging. Although Piccolo didn't admit it, he smiled slightly, showing that he really enjoyed Son Wukong's praise. Piccolo, if you want to surpass my father, you must put the matter of fusing with the gods on the agenda, Son Gohan reminded. You don't have to tell me, I know it in my mind, Piccolo frowned. In fact, he wanted to integrate in his heart, but he was afraid that the immortal's personality and thoughts would affect him, which led to a knot in his heart that he could not untie. I have a different idea from you. I don't recommend that you merge with the gods now. Son Wukong expressed a different opinion. After Son Gohan took Piccolo to Namek, he came back and told Son Goku about the Saiyans. The perspectives of the two of them suddenly opened up, and Piccolo was no longer obsessed with dominating the earth and defeating Son Goku. Son Wukong heard that there were countless powerful people in the universe and regained his will to fight. The deep hatred from the past had disappeared after the two of them fought for no less than dozens of times. But the way they get along still shows a deep hatred. Son Wukong, are you afraid that I will surpass you? Piccolo asked. No, I'm excited because you surpassed me. What I mean is that your current strength is far from reaching your upper limit. From what Gohan said to you, as long as you merge with the gods, your strength will be increased exponentially. But your current basic strength is just this much. Even if it is enhanced, how strong can it be? You have also seen Gohan's Super Saiyan form. Do you have the confidence to surpass him? Son Wukong explained. Son Wukong, you are bullshitting. What do you mean your basic strength is just this low? Do you look down on me? Fight me again if you have the guts. Piccolo misheard the point. Son Gohan was speechless. Can you please listen to the main point? Son Wukong said helplessly. I understand what you mean, but I feel that it will be difficult to improve my strength without a special method. Even the Great Elder has not explained to me the specific method of improving the strength of Namekians. Piccolo frowned. I have a way to do this. Son Gohan started to interrupt. Any solution? Piccolo, Son Goku turns his attention to Son Gohan. At the end of the snake path in the underworld, there is an asteroid called King Kai. I have been training there these days. Although the North King Kai is not very powerful, he is knowledgeable and has skills that increase his strength in battle. Son Gohan began to talk about his experience on King Kai. Kaio Ken, the two of them widened their eyes. That's right, this is it, King Ken, Son Gohan shouted loudly. A red wave of air emanated from his body. The terrifying aftermath blew the two of them away. Kal. After Son Gohan retracted his Kaioken, the two quickly flashed over. Gohan, can I learn this? Son Wukong looked excited. Piccolo did the same, looking at Son Gohan expectantly. Dad, I'm your son. If I can learn, of course you can learn. But as for Piccolo, the body structure of Namekians is different from that of Earthlings. I don't know if they can learn it, but I can send you two over and let King Kai teach you personally. Son Gohan said. Son Gohan, you are discriminating against me. What do you mean my body structure is different from that of Earthlings? I am different, but are you Saiyans the same? Piccolo was very dissatisfied with what Son Gohan said. I'm sorry, except for their blood and tails, Saiyans and Earthlings are pretty much the same. Son Gohan said teasingly to Piccolo. You, humph. Piccolo was so angry that he didn't know how to defend himself. Gohan, then please send us over there. Quickly, I can't wait any longer, said son Wukong. Dad, are you sure you don't want to tell Mom? Son Gohan said with some concern. Ah, Kiki, I should tell you about this. Son Wukong was stunned when he heard this. Bowsy Mountain. What, going to the underworld to practice? Are you trying to kill yourself? Is the underworld a place for living people? And what will happen to your family if you leave? You don't make any money and rely on hunting to make a living. If you leave now, what will Gohan eat and drink? What will I eat? What should I drink? Kai pointed at son Wukong and cursed at him. There was not even a single word repeated. There were curses, complaints, tears, grievances, anger. Gohan, then why don't you just not go? Goku said cautiously. Piccolo outside the house suddenly looked stunned. Because Namekians have well-developed cochleas, he naturally heard what Son Goku said. What, the strongest man on Earth? That's bullshit. His wife is the strongest man, right? Wife, a horrible creature. Fortunately, I'm a Namekian and don't need a wife. Self-reproduction is the ultimate truth. Indoor. Kiki is still complaining nonstop. Mom, I'm going to be away for a while soon, so you don't have to worry about what I should eat. Son Gohan added fuel to the fire. What, you're leaving too? Son Goku, look at the good things you've done. Letting Gohan train with you is already the biggest concession I've made. And now you want to take my Gohan to the underworld as well? Poor me, I'm still young, and I've lost my husband and my son. Woo 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 woo. Kai directly misunderstood that it was because of Son Goku that Gohan also had to report to the underworld. I burst into tears instantly and cried loudly. Gohan, you go ahead. Son Goku touched Gohan with his shoulder. Son Gohan had no choice but to coax her personally. Mom, we are not dying, we are just going to practice. Besides, Dad and I are not here recently, so you can take a break. You can also go visit Grandpa, go out for a walk, buy some cosmetics, etc. Don't worry about money. I am such a smart son, I will never worry about money in the future. Here, this is the reward Aunt Bulma gave me. There is 100 million in it. You can spend it first. 100 million? Kai snatched the bank card from Gohan's hand at superluminal speed. Her eyes sparkled with gold. But he immediately put away his greed and scolded. Gohan, how can you take your Aunt Bulma's money? Although we are poor, we can't take other people's money for nothing. Mom, I've already told you, this is my reward. Aunt Bulma asked me to help her, and this is the reward I got. I'm not taking it for free. I do not believe. If you don't believe me, call Aunt Bulma and ask her. Hey, is that Bulma? Gohan came back and said. Kai calls Bulma directly. Chapter 16, Transformation into a Giant Ape. Bowsy Mountain. Gohan, thank goodness you asked Bulma to arrange everything in advance. Otherwise, I really wouldn't be able to get out. Son Wukong wiped the cold sweat from his forehead. It turns out that before informing Kai, Son Gohan went to Bulma's house in advance. He used the spaceship that Son Goku rode when he was a child to ask Bulma for a reward. Although the spaceship was used as a gravity chamber for him, the technology that allowed him to travel in the universe did benefit Bulma's family a lot. Bulma was also very generous. She directly gave her a bank card with 100 million in it and told her that if it was not enough, she could ask her for more. Gohan guessed that Kai would call Bulma to ask, and discussed everything with Bulma in advance in order to deal with Kai. The process was more serious than he had imagined, and Kiki was furious, but fortunately the result was safe. After Bulma found a random excuse to deal with Kai let the father and son go, packed her bags, and went to the Bull Demon King's house. Dad, this is all your fault. It was you who blew up Grandpa's castle. That's why we are so poor. I am only 2 years old and I have to find a way to make money to support the family. Son Gohan complained. Ah, this. Son Goku naturally couldn't respond to Son Gohan's words. Okay, are you done yet? It's really unbelievable. Two Saiyans with terrifying combat power were controlled by a woman. Piccolo couldn't help it any longer. He really couldn't understand this kind of warm family emotional scene. Every second is torture for him. Why are you in such a hurry? You want to be scolded by a woman? You haven't had the chance yet. Who would be interested in a guy like you with a green face and a glowing green head? Son Gohan immediately mocked him upon hearing this. Tusk, this king doesn't need useless women. Oh, I forgot. You came out of a shell, not a mammal. It's a pity that you can't enjoy the most beautiful feeling in the world. Son Gohan taunted. Emotions are a bond that becomes stronger, Piccolo said coldly. What a cold-blooded guy. King Star. Lord Kai, I brought you the two. This one is an all-round genius from Namek, and this one is a low-level Saiyan warrior who is also my father. But your spirit bomb, I guess only a kind-hearted person like my father can learn it. Son Gohan pointed at the two and introduced them to King Kai. Yeah, I hope so, King Kai said. Okay then, I'm leaving. I'll leave these two to you. When they learn how to do it, contact me. I'll be in the North Galaxy and won't be far away, Son Gohan said and teleported away. Son Goku and Piccolo also stayed on King Kai's planet and began training according to King Kai's arrangements. Adjusting to gravity, catching Babris, knocking Guregli, telling bad jokes, nothing is missing. This is Son Gohan. He is currently on the Earth satellite, the Moon. The vacuum of the universe is truly unfathomable. Fortunately, I made a wish to Shenlong, otherwise I would not be able to survive. Son Gohan carefully sensed everything in his body. Ever since he made a wish to the dragon, his body gained an extra function. When he came to the vacuum of the universe for the first time, he had a clearer feeling. Feel the pores all over your body open slightly, absorbing the free energy in the vacuum, and then converting it into the nutrients needed by the body, completing the replacement of oxygen. Asking King Kai to teach him the Kaioken was just a small step in his plan. Now, he was going to start experimenting to see if he could control his mind and not be affected by his brutal animal nature after transforming into a giant ape. Call out. After looking around, Son Gohan selected a suitable target and teleported there directly. This position is perfect for observing the moon in its entirety, and it is also the location where the burst light can reach its maximum under the sun's illumination. Son Gohan stared at the moon with his eyes wide open. Suddenly, his tail moved on its own and pointed toward the moon. In less than 3 seconds, something abnormal happened to my body. The heart began to beat rapidly, and the eyes turned scarlet. The muscles swelled, and dark brown hair began to grow on the body. The mouth is even more prominent and elongated. Son Gohan could clearly sense that energy was continuously gushing out from the tail behind him. And this energy is mixed with extremely violent and wild animal nature. But Son Gohan has lived 2 lives as a human being, and his soul has been blessed by the Shenlong, which has enhanced his soul power. He can easily suppress this animal nature and perfectly control his reason. Roar, A huge gorilla stood proudly in the starry sky, roaring to the sky. As far as I know, Super Saiyan 4 means transforming into a gorilla and then transforming into a Super Saiyan again. I wonder if I can just skip Super Saiyan 2 and 3 and transform into Super Saiyan 4. Once curiosity arises, it cannot be controlled. Son Gohan began to try, using his gorilla body to initiate the Super Saiyan transformation. Puff bang, gaba. The moment he exploded, his muscles collapsed, blood spurted out of his body, his bones broke, his entire body was fractured, and he was seriously injured. Oh no, clothes, senzu beans. He held on to his last breath and instantly moved to the place where he had just appeared on the moon. After barely regaining his human form, he took the senzu bean hidden in his belt and swallowed it. Phew, it's too dangerous. If I were a second late, I'd be done for. This is really true that if you don't do it, you won't die. Son Gohan stood up and muttered to himself while putting on his clothes. At the moment when he exploded with energy to transform into a Super Saiyan, a terrifying and uncontrollable energy instantly broke through his body. And that energy came from the tail behind him. Fortunately, he gave up the transformation instantly and the power slowly returned from his body to his tail. That's how he survived. It seems that my current physical strength is far from reaching the transformation to Super Saiyan 4. In order to control that energy, at least my life level needs a new breakthrough. Could it be that I have to become a queen of gods before I can transform into Super Saiyan 4? Son Gohan began to think. After thinking for a long time, he still couldn't find a good way to solve the current situation. Never mind, my current strength should be enough to handle the upcoming events. In more than a year, my big Braddots will arrive on Earth. The plot of Dragon Ball Z is also about to begin. Son Gohan muttered to himself. Son Gohan began to think about how to deal with what was going to happen next. Raditz, Nappa, Vegeta, even Frieza, he doesn't take them seriously now. But this is just the beginning. After experimenting with transforming into a gorilla, Son Gohan began his next plan. He was looking for Thunderbolt steel. He wanted Bulma to build the gravity chamber he requested. Originally, he wanted to make a wish on Namek to get it, but it was a pity to waste a wish that could make anything come true. Later, he planned to go directly to planet Kaioshin and ask the current king of the Kai, Shin, for the Thunderbolt steel. But he remembered that in the original work, during the period of Majin Buu, King Kai Shin and his servant Jeppet appeared and said that it only takes one finger to kill Frieza. Although it is easy for me to kill Frieza now, I can't just lift a finger. Just in case, there is no need to contact them now. So he decided to use this 1-year time difference to travel the universe and look for Thunderbolt steel. After all, he has teleportation, so it is much easier for him to travel the universe, and he can also return to Earth instantly. Son Gohan closed his eyes and explored the planets with living things in his mind. Chapter 17, Three-Eyed Star. Located in the Pana cluster of the northern Milky Way, there is a planet that is 3 times larger than the Earth, but has an environment extremely similar to that of the Earth. The only difference is that it has as many as 3 satellites orbiting it. Some of its stars have reached the end of their lifespan. Their colors are dark red, and sunspots are erupting everywhere. Now in a palace, towering into the clouds, in the center of the planet. My king, I suggest that we contact Frieza's army and purchase a planet suitable for our survival. You're talking nonsense. Everyone knows how brutal Frieza's army is. Let alone buying from them, even if they knew about our planet, they would probably attack us directly. Right, Prime Minister, although the Frieza army is known for its brutality, their credibility is still very good. After all, they are in the business of selling planets. They will not destroy their own business, right? My king, the left Prime Minister, is wrong. As far as I know, many races purchased planets from Frieza's army because their home planets were facing an ice age, but most of them were conquered by Frieza's army after the purchase. Genocide is what the left Prime Minister wants, and everyone knows it. The right Prime Minister raised his head and spoke angrily. The ministers under the throne were also divided into 2 factions, and they were arguing with each other, making a lot of noise. All right, everyone, shut up. There are still 10 years before the star becomes extinct. We will discuss this matter later. The left and right Prime Ministers can stay, and the other ministers can leave. The man on the throne waved his hand, signaling them to leave. Follow orders. The ministers in the hall left the hall in an orderly manner, leaving behind the 2 prime ministers on the left and right, and the man on the throne. Looking closely, this race looks exactly like humans on Earth. The only difference is that there is an extra eye between their eyebrows. My three-eyed clan is the descendant of God, and we have a history of tens of thousands of years. I believe that a mere end-stage star will not defeat us. Left Prime Minister, I order you to tentatively contact the Frieza army to see if there is any possibility of trading with them. If the situation is not right, you must not reveal the location of the three-eyed star, even if you die. Right Prime Minister, I order you to go to various states, gather the scattered clansmen, inform them of the crisis at the end of the star, and then take the spacecraft to find a new planet. Yes, my king. The 2 ministers on the left and right did not argue at this moment. Perhaps the order issued by the three-eyed king now was the golden mean, and they should be prepared for both situations. The three-eyed king is also the patriarch of the three-eyed clan. Its three-eyed tribe is similar to the Namek tribe in that they all live in seclusion, but their reproductive capacity is much stronger than that of Namek, and they are also mammals. With the advantage of the three-eyed planet, its people are more numerous than those on Earth, about 80 billion. It is worth mentioning that the three-eyed aliens have excellent combat power, and their newborn babies have hundreds of points of combat power. After becoming an adult, those with great talents can have tens of thousands of points. Even if it's a little worse, there are still several thousand points. As the king of the three-eyed clan, the three-eyed king has a combat power of hundreds of thousands points. In 737 AKI, Frieza officially took over his father's Kurdish legion. After taking over the throne, he changed it to the Frieza Legion. The same year was also the year when planet Vegeta was destroyed by Frieza. The three-eyed people have an ability that no other race has, and that is the ability to predict the future. Of course, it is also a possibility to predict part of it. After Frieza officially took over, the three-eyed king used his innate ability to predict part of the future. At the same time, he closed the country and cut off the contact between the three-eyed planet and other planets. This also allowed them to live in peace for more than 20 years. Son Gohan was born in 757 AE, and now he is almost 3 years old. The time has quickly come to the 760th year of the Age of Ages. The three-eyed star was also in crisis during this period. Of course, this crisis was not the three-eyed star itself, but the star that gave life to the three-eyed star was about to reach its end. At this time, Son Gohan used instant teleportation and directly arrived at the three-eyed planet. As for the reason, it was of course because of Thunderbolt steel. He asked King Kai where he could find Thunderbolt steel. King Kai told him that Thunderbolt steel could only be created at the end of a star's life when the Earth's core cooled and collapsed. Son Gohan also found the star that was about to be destroyed through the star map of the 7th universe in his mind. Son Gohan directly chose to descend on the three-eyed planet, and at the same time he deliberately looked for an uninhabited place. This star, no matter how good it looks, it will take more than 10 years for it to collapse and be destroyed. Do I have to wait here for more than 10 years? Son Gohan muttered to himself while looking up at the sun. But after a moment, he thought of a solution. That was to destroy it himself and accelerate the demise of the sun. At this moment, the sun was already in ruins, with cracks all over it. It only needed a small trigger to trigger its own destruction. But he is not a madman. Looking at the planet, he knows that there are indigenous people on this planet. If he destroys the sun at will, I am afraid that the indigenous people of this planet will all die. After thinking for a moment, Son Gohan carefully activated his sensing ability and sensed the strongest person on the planet. Not bad, a combat power of hundreds of thousands, and the tribesmen generally have a combat power of thousands, and there are quite a few with tens of thousands points. They are also a nation with strong combat talent. But why have I never heard of it in my previous life? It seems that there are still many unknown things in this Dragon Ball world. After Son Gohan sighed, he moved instantly and came directly in front of the three-eyed king. At this time, the three-eyed king was sitting alone on the throne with a sad look on his face. Is the three-eyed clan really going to be exterminated in my hands? Maybe I can help you. Son Gohan appeared silently. In addition, the three-eyed king's thoughts were in a mess, and it was not until he took the initiative to speak that the three-eyed king discovered the trace of Son Gohan. Who are you? As the master of a planet and the head of a clan, the three-eyed king did not panic, but instead exuded pressure. I'm here to see if your race needs to be saved, Son Gohan said calmly. How arrogant! Why do we need others to decide the life and death of our clan? The three-eyed king flew into a rage upon hearing this, and instantly stood up and burst out with a terrifying orange aura surrounding him. After careful sensing, Son Gohan discovered that his combat power was around 800,000 points. Not bad, not bad. In the North Galaxy, you can be considered a strong man. Son Gohan didn't care about his oppressive aura at all. Please tell me your origins, otherwise, don't blame me for taking action. The three-eyed king floated down and looked at Son Gohan. Boom! Son Gohan suddenly exploded with all his normal combat power. The pressure of 5 million points of combat power was not something the three-eyed king, with only a few 100,000 points, could withstand. Instantly, he was blown off the throne. Die tilde woo, beep beep beep. Sun Gohan's outburst instantly caused a shrill alarm to sound in the palace. The strong men in the palace also rushed over. The left and right ministers, who had just retreated, were called back by the alarm before they even walked out of the palace. Protect my king. The door of the hall opened, and the powerful men from the three-eyed clan, who had been practicing in seclusion, appeared one after another. As soon as they entered the door, they gathered their strength and prepared to attack Sun Gohan in front of them. Stop it, everyone, you are no match for him, the three-eyed king shouted. King of Tianmu, the oldest elder among them, expressed his confusion. Every three-eyed king has his own special title, and the name of this generation's three-eyed king is Tianmu. Grand Elder, order all the elders to leave. You and the two ministers on the left and right stay. Tianmu King waved his hand. The alarm in the palace also suddenly disappeared. Yes, King Tianmu, the elder could only follow the instructions. Yes, very smart. After the others retreated, Sun Gohan spoke. Please tell me your purpose, you who have come from afar. I do not feel any ill will from you. Of course, if you want to do anything to harm my three-eyed god clan, I will fight to the death, Tianmu King said calmly. Clap, clap, clap. Haha, you are worthy of being the king of the clan. You are really different. Sun Gohan clapped his hands. With the protection of the two ministers on the left and right, King Tianmu once again sat on the throne. The great elder serves on the right. Are you going to talk to me in such a condescending way? Sun Gohan asked. Someone please take a seat. No. Sun Gohan slowly floated into the air, rising to a position slightly higher than King Tianmu, and sat cross-legged in the air. Chapter 18, Purpose and Solution. Three-Eyed Star. I think the star your planet revolves around is about to be destroyed, right? Sun Gohan asked. That's right, I wonder what your purpose is. When King Tianmu heard him express his concerns, he became interested. To be honest, my purpose this time is to obtain the Thunderbolt steel that was created after the collapse and destruction of a star. Sun Gohan stated his purpose directly. I'm afraid I'll disappoint you. The destruction of a star will take at least 10 years. King Tianmu was not angry when he heard this. After all, the end of a star is a fact. So this is why I came to you. Could it be that you want to? Tianmu King was startled again. That's right, I have limited time. 10 years is too long, Sun Gohan said calmly. HMPH, impossible. My tribe hasn't found a suitable habitat yet. If you destroy the star now, how can our tribe survive? It's either way, it's death. If you insist on destroying the star, you will be the enemy of my 80 billion three-eyed tribe members. We will fight to the death. Tianmu King was furious and regained his fighting spirit. Even if he couldn't beat Sun Gohan, he would not admit defeat. The three-eyed gods are not afraid of death. If you want to destroy the stars, you have to step over our corpses. Zhu Xiang stepped forward and said, That's right, Left Prime Minister. This is the first time you and I have the same idea. The Right Prime Minister also stepped forward and said, Be patient, I think we can talk. Just as they were getting ready to fight, the Great Elder suddenly spoke up. Great Elder, do you want us to surrender? The two ministers on the left and right looked at him in disbelief. Bullshit, I have lived for so long and my life is almost over. Do you think I am afraid of death? The elder cursed angrily. Okay, let's listen to what the Great Elder says. Although Tianmu Wang was also angry, he still chose to believe the Great Elder. I am too proud to call you my friend. Since you have chosen to come to us to discuss this, I believe there must be a solution, right? What should I call you? The Great Elder said with a bow. When Sun Gohan saw the Great Elder's actions, he inexplicably felt a little favorable towards him. Because everything on this planet was extremely similar to the Earth in his previous life. The Great Elder's bow made him think of China during the imperial dynasties. You can call me Sun Gohan, a half-blood from Earth. Sun Gohan did not hide his origins. At the same time, it also controls the tail wrapped around the waist to appear. A hybrid of Earthling and Saiyan. Saiyan, Frieza's dog, the two people on the left and right said at the same time. Don't be rude, you two shut up, the elder shouted. It doesn't matter. The Saiyans did serve Frieza as dogs, but that was in the past. There are not many Saiyans left now. And I am also a mixed-race child born on Earth. My father is a Saiyan and my mother is from Earth. Son Gohan didn't care at all about what the two said. It has nothing to do with him anyway. Friend Gohan, we haven't found a suitable habitat yet. Can you wait until we find one before destroying the star? The Great Elder made the first request. Can't. Before they could get angry, Son Gohan spoke again. But I can help you find a new planet. Cough, cough. King Tianmu started coughing instantly, but he held back the anger he wanted to vent. My friend, panting while talking is not a good habit, the elder complained. You call me little friend, but you can see that I'm still a child, right? There's nothing wrong with a child who likes to play a little. Son Gohan didn't care about their complaints at all. Since the elder is taking advantage of his seniority, then he will take advantage of his juniority. We have to say that Son Gohan has a dark and vengeful heart. If you kick me, I will stab you right away. Ahem, it's my fault for being rude. I don't know what you mean by helping us find a new habitat. Tianmu King asked in order to relieve the embarrassment. I thought about this before I came here. If you are a brutal race, I will destroy this planet as well. If you are a friendly race, I will not mind the trouble to help you. Now that I can say this, I can help you, Son Gohan said lightly. But everyone present was sweating profusely. Fortunately, they did not take action. Otherwise, their clan would be in danger of extinction even before the star was destroyed. Besides, the fighting power I just burst out is still far from my full strength. Very far, how far? Tianmu King widened his eyes. It's only about 50 times stronger than the energy I just released. It's not that strong. Son Gohan waved his hand. Listen, it's so Versailles. I believe you have the power to destroy our planet. In this case, please help us find a new habitat. Tianmu King no longer dared to fight to the death. Fighting to the death is something that can only be considered when the difference in strength is not too big. To talk about fighting to the death now is like looking for death. I've observed that your planet is very technologically advanced, so you can naturally observe the lifespan of stars. I'm sure you've already made preparations for the transfer, right? Son Gohan asked. That's right. 1,000 years ago, the 9th generation three-eyed king of our clan began preparations and started building spaceships. So far, the spaceships built have been enough to transfer 80 billion three-eyed aliens, and they have also preserved many animals and plants, creating a perfect ecosystem. The Great Elder directly revealed his true intentions. That's easy. Have you heard of King Kai? Son Gohan asked. It is recorded in the literature that the King of the North is in charge of the entire northern Milky Way. Of course I have heard of it. Tianmu King answered first. In a sense, he is my master. I can ask him to help find an uninhabited planet suitable for you to survive. How about you move to the new planet by yourselves? Son Gohan proposed a solution. Thank you so much. Actually, to be honest, we have explored many planets in the past 1,000 years. Some of them have harsh environments and are not suitable for survival, while others have indigenous people. We don't want to start a war, Tianmu King said happily. That's right. If you hadn't come, we would have planned to find Frieza's army to buy one. The left prime minister also interrupted. Frieza, are you connected with him? Son Gohan frowned. It hasn't started yet, but there was a plan before you came, said Zhu Xiang. I advise you not to do that. After all, in his eyes, you, the three-eyed tribe, are another race that can conquer the stars for him. The Saiyans are a precedent. Moreover, I can tell you responsibly that the destruction of planet Vegeta was caused by Frieza himself. Although I was not born on planet Vegeta, my bloodline is destined to be his mortal enemy. If you choose to make friends with him, then you will be my enemy. Son Gohan had a murderous look on his face, and he looked intimidating without even getting angry. No, we don't want to contact him unless it's absolutely necessary, and now we have your help, the elder said quickly. That's good, get ready. I'll go to King Kai's planet to find a suitable planet for you, Son Gohan said and moved away instantly. King Tianmu also issued an emergency order and began to gather all the tribesmen to prepare for the transfer. In fact, they had already conducted the drill, but when it came time to leave, the three-eyed planet was in chaos. However, since they were all of the same race, no bad incidents occurred. Chapter 19, Thunderbolt Steel obtained. King Kai. Is there a suitable planet closest to the three-eyed star? The tentacles on King Kai's head moved, and he began to explore the planet closest to the three-eyed star that was suitable for the survival of the three-eyed tribe. Some people may ask, since Son Gohan has the star map of the seventh universe in his mind, why doesn't he look for it himself? Of course that's different. King Kai can detect the environment of the planet and see if there are any races. Son Gohan can't do this. He has to find them by himself, unless he looks at them one by one. King Kai of the North is searching earnestly. Son Wukong came over and said, Gohan, according to your description, I always have a familiar feeling. Humph, that three-eyed bald guy, Piccolo reminded. Yes, Tine Shinhan. The three-eyed alien you mentioned looks exactly like Tine Shinhan. Could it be that Tine Shinhan is also an alien? Piccolo's reminder directly shattered the last trace of confusion in Son Goku. Dad, that's possible, but after I finish my work, how about I take him there again? Son Gohan asked Son Goku for his opinion. Okay, you haven't met Krillin and the others either. They are all my father's friends. Wait until I finish my training and you finish what you need to do, then we'll go together. Son Wukong said. Ding! We found it, a planet 1,000 light-years to the north of the three-eyed star. Its environment is extremely similar to that of the three-eyed star. Although it has two stars orbiting it, they are far away and the temperature difference is not much. Moreover, it is a newborn planet and has no intelligent life. Not long after their conversation, King Kai of the North moved his tentacles and found a destination suitable for their survival. 1,000 light-years? That's a bit far. I wonder if their spaceship is fast. Son Gohan frowned. Don't worry, the road to the new planet is very safe. There are no black holes or anything like that. Even if the speed is not fast, we can still arrive safely. King Kai said. Thank you, Lord Kai. Please give me the coordinates. Son Gohan thanked him and asked for the coordinates. King Kai of the North took a piece of paper and wrote the coordinates on it in the language of the three-eyed aliens. Then I'll go first, bye. Son Gohan teleported away. This kid is so impetuous, King Kai shook his head. After all, he is still a child. It is beyond my expectation that he can achieve what he has now. Son Wukong said. HMPH, kid, you can't even beat your own kid. Piccolo taunted. Even if I can't beat him, he is still my son, hee. Son Wukong was not angry at all, but very proud. Bah, let's fight. Piccolo was furious and launched an attack directly. Come on, dang. Piccolo used a side kick, kicking Son Wukong's left face hard. Son Wukong reacted in time and raised his arm to defend himself. At the moment of collision, in addition to the sound of steel colliding, it also triggered layers of aftershocks. Hey, fight in the sky. My poor planet can't bear any more attacks, King Kai shouted. Piccolo instantly rose to high altitude, and Son Goku followed closely behind him. Three-eyed star. These are the coordinates of the new planet, but it's a bit far, 1,000 light-years away. Son Gohan said. Not far, not far. For this day, our ancestors have collected a lot of technologies to speed up the process. 1,000 light-years can be reached in 3 years at full speed. King Tianmu was ecstatic. After he came to power, he began to worry about his race, fearing that the three-eyed tribe would be destroyed in his hands. Because of this, he was unable to sleep or eat day and night, and never had a good sleep. Now that we have found a new habitat, we are naturally very excited. Then hurry up and leave. Once you all leave, I will do it myself, Son Gohan ordered. Yes, give me 3 days. During these 3 days, Son Gohan stayed in the vacuum of the universe, observing the conditions of the stars. One spaceship after another takes off, breaking through the atmosphere and reaching outer space. The scene is so overwhelming that it blocks out the sky. For this day, the three-eyed clan built more than 10,000 spaceships as big as the moon. It has a complete ecosystem, and even if it cannot find a new habitat, it can survive safely for more than 100 years. The spaceships are quietly staying behind Son Gohan. Until the last spacecraft twice, the size of the moon was launched. Seeing this, Son Gohan instantly moved inside the spaceship. The last one is none other than King Tianmu's spaceship. My friend, all our clansmen have boarded the spaceship. You can start now. The great elder looked at the three-eyed star reluctantly. Don't worry, the destruction of a star doesn't mean the destruction of the three-eyed star. Perhaps in the future, new stars will be born in this galaxy. The three-eyed star has just entered a long ice age. Son Gohan saw the reluctance in the eyes of the great elder, King Tianmu, and others. We are being hypocritical. Thank you for your help. We, the three-eyed tribe, will be your most loyal allies in the future. As long as I can be of use, I will definitely not refuse. Tianmu King thanked Son Gohan and expressed his sincerity to him. It doesn't matter, we will meet again. I'm going to start. If you want to watch, just take a look, Son Gohan said and faded away. When he reappeared, he had already arrived in the vacuum of the universe. My king, I remember that Saiyans can't survive in the vacuum of space, right? The right prime minister was a little confused. Since he is related to King Kai, then surviving in the vacuum of the universe is just a piece of cake. Well, let's keep watching. Maybe this time we can see exactly how powerful he is. After saying this, King Tianmu carefully observed Son Gohan's actions. Son Gohan, of course, understood what King Tianmu was thinking. At the same time, he didn't mind showing off his muscles. Give King Tianmu a final reassurance. Then let me show you a Super Saiyan. This is also the first time a Super Saiyan has appeared, Son Gohan said to himself. His muscles swelled up, and a powerful energy began to burst out from his body. At the same time, Tianmu King's spaceship also began to detect Son Gohan's combat effectiveness. Ding ding, 10 million points, 50 million points, 100 million points, alarm, alarm, the target exceeds the upper limit of the detector. The detector has reached the upper limit. Stop immediately or it will explode, Tianmu King said urgently. The technical personnel below also quickly stopped detecting. Boom! The vacuum of space cannot transmit sound, but the aftermath of Son Gohan's terrifying breath directly caused their spaceship to vibrate. Golden aura, golden hair, green pupils, and the overwhelming sense of oppression. If we want to trigger a spontaneous collapse without destroying it directly, we can only destroy the core of the star. Son Gohan thought for a moment and then began to accumulate strength. He raised his right hand, held his wrist tightly with his left hand, and put his right palm together in a sword-like position. Energy began to accumulate at the fingertips, and a bean-sized ball of golden energy condensed. The illusory energy ball is becoming more and more solid. Star-piercing attack. A small but solid beam of light shot out instantly, and the powerful beam shot directly into the center of the star. The cooled core of the Earth instantly heated up again and caused an explosion. However, this explosion is still relatively weak for a massive star, but this explosion point is a trigger that directly causes internal collapse. Sunspots are erupting more severely, and stars are starting to dim. All matter began to collapse and gather towards the center of the Earth. In less than a moment, the star had become smaller and darker, and the explosion that Son Gohan was worried about did not happen. After all the matter dissipated and collapsed, a piece of dark and hard metal appeared in the center, which was exactly the Thunderbolt steel that Son Gohan needed. The birth of Thunderbolt steel requires the collapse and condensation of the interior of a star. If it explodes, all matter will disappear into thin air and scatter into the vacuum of the universe. The collapse of the star also caused the three-eyed alien's pupils to shrink slightly. Son Gohan teleported in front of the Thunderbolt steel and picked it up with one hand. The irregular round piece of Thunderbolt steel with a diameter of 10 meters was so heavy that even after Son Gohan transformed into a Super Saiyan, he felt it was very heavy. You can imagine how dense the Thunderbolt steel is. I'm afraid that melting it to make a gravity chamber will be a problem. But this problem is left to the genius scientist Bulma. Goodbye, my friend Gohan. A message that could be accepted by the mind came from King Tianmu's spaceship. Goodbye, Son Gohan said goodbye to them with a slight movement of his mouth. Whoosh whoosh. Tens of thousands of spaceships began to accelerate, turning into streams of light and leaving at high speed. Son Gohan also dragged the Thunderbolt steel and disappeared instantly. All right, legends, that's it for today. If you're ready for the next chapter, smash that like button and flood the comments right now. Remember, we've got 3 days to prove this story needs to continue. Subscribe so you don't miss the drop, and I'll meet you in the next audiobook.